All right, we're gonna go do the ghost. Now the ghost is a little bit more fun. It's still a beginner exercise. Remember, first one, familiarize, second, warm up, third, for time. Here we go. So around this cone, okay, now we're gonna have to go around these two cones, go to the outside, and then exit out. Oh, that's not too bad. All right, 9.00, almost 8. Let's try that. Warm up now for the time. So let's give it, now that I understand, around here, that first shift around that cone right there at the beginning, where you have to change direction, it's a lot like when you're about to do a figure 8. You have to change direction right in the middle. All right, 8.1. Let's see if we can get to 7. All right, for time. I don't even have to give it speed right here. Now give it some speed. Give it some speed. Let's see if it was better. 7.8. All right, much better this time. So that was the ghost. Let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, Lefty loosey. Lefty loosey is a lot of fun. It's just a bunch of left-handed U-turns. Let's go wide, narrow, narrower, and out. So here we go. Left. All right, here we go. Left-handed U-turns. So familiarize ourselves, going around all the cones. Now we got to cut in to these cones, and then we have to go around this cone. So I'm going to go wider on this part to start. Okay, that's not too bad, because this last U-turn is within 20 feet, which is part of your MSF final test or your DMV test. All right, so 17.35. All right, now that we've familiarized, let's go ahead and do a warm-up for the time. So nice and wide. This is when we practice our strategy, okay. I didn't need to take that much room. Maybe if I cut it. That wasn't bad. Let's see if that was better time. 12, oh, much better. 12.98. Let's see if we can get to low 12s or 11. All right, so for time, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, we got 11.8. Very nice. All right, so that was the lefty loosey. We're gonna do the reverse. It's gonna be called the righty tighty. All right, so the righty tighty is just the lefty loosey, but reverse. Remember, familiarize, warm up for time. Here we go. Familiarize, so we're gonna have to go around everything to the right. Some people have trouble with right-handed U-turns, so this is great practice. Now I'm gonna go wide on this one, just so I can feel comfortable. Remember, turn those handlebars, counterweight a little bit, and we're gonna exit out. 16.4, okay, now for warm-up. Now I'm not gonna go wide on this last U-turn. I'm gonna cut it short like I did on the lefty loosey because it felt good. We have somebody in the parking lot, but I'm not too worried about that. They're distracting me, but we're gonna go ahead and continue. And then we're gonna go ahead and do this, and we're gonna exit out. 14.18. Man, I had 11 on the lefty loosey. Let's see if we can get to 12. Let's cut this time. I got distracted. 3, 2, 1. Make sure I'm doing the head and eye movement. I'm gonna cut this in. I'm gonna cut this in. Make sure you turn those handlebars and give it some counterweight. We're gonna exit out. 13.12. Man, my lefty loosey is a lot better. Now let me know in the comments if your lefty loosey is better than your righty tighty or vice versa. I'd love to know that. All right, the next one is the 2-pole run. This is a bunch of left-handed U-turns, but tighter, and I like them because you have to shoot to the outside. All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. So familiarize around these two cones. So basically a 360 head and eye movement. Look to the outside cone. 3. We go around this. A little U-turn. Here we go. All right, so we already got some strategy here. So what we really want to do is turn that head, turn the handlebars, and counterweight. So let's do that for the warm-up. So I'm gonna really turn my head on this 360 and really counterweight. I even scraped some peg there. A little too much lean, not enough counterweight. So that's what that happens is if you start to put your foot down or you feel like you need to, guess what? You didn't do enough counterweight. All right, so 12, I don't like it. So maybe a little less lean or maybe more counterweight on that. Let's do that. Shoot out to the outside. Look where you want to go. There we go. What is that person doing? All right, 10.5. Hey, pretty good. I love this exercise. It's a lot of fun. You really practice your left-handed U-turns. But now we're going to do the bootlace, which is a figure 8. All right, guys, the bootlace. It's a figure 8. Let's go ahead and familiarize ourselves with it. So it's around this cone, in the middle, and here's that change of direction. So now you're going right. You're going right, and then you have to change direction again and go left and not hit the cone. Did I hit it? No. All right, 15.54. Remember, that's just familiarization. Now we're gonna warm up a little bit for the time. So here we go. So remember, change direction. So we're looking left, and now we're gonna look right. We're going around everything. I bet I can cut this down right here. I can cut that a little bit shorter. Look left. Use your peripheral vision for that last cone. 12.85. Okay, now let's go for time. I'm gonna try to cut everything shorter, really close to the cones now, not go wide. 3, 2, 1. $11.29. Almost 11.3. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. Now we're gonna do the jellyfish. It's a tighter figure 8. All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna jump into the jellyfish. It's just like the bootlace, but a little bit different. Maybe add some more speed. It should be faster. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Familiarize. We're going around this, just like the bootlace, but instead we have to exit out right here. That last turn could get a little tricky. 9.4. 9.4. All right. So once again, it gives us an opportunity to go fast, but we have to make that turn, so that's kind of tough. So you have to modulate. So right here, you have to like slow down. A little bit of rear brake helps out. Right here, you got to shift really quick. You shift your body weight. 8.75. That was a nice little warm up. We had a good familiarization. Now we're going to go for time. 3. Remember, you always want to park it right here. 3, 2, 1. You notice how I'm like really shifting my body in the handlebars like that? Got to get used to doing that, guys, because it's about to get harder. 8.63. All right, let's jump into the next one. All right, guys, the next one is the orbit. It's just a bunch of loops. Okay, you do it 3 times. Don't get dizzy. Make sure you count. So familiarize ourselves once again. So 3, 2, 1. So it's just a bunch of loops. All right, so here's one loop. Okay, turn that head, turn that head, turn that head, turn that head. So here's 3, or 2, I'm sorry. And then this last one, now that we passed number 2, we're gonna exit out. All right, here we go, warm up. Okay, I wonder if I can cut these, like really close, friction zone, throttle control. That's 1, friction zone, throttle control, kind of give it a little bit of bursts of speeds here and there, you know. 2, all right, last one, we're gonna exit out. So I'm looking through the corner. Let's see if that helped. 19, okay, cut off about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds. Let's try that again. It worked, so we're gonna do it. Here's for time. I don't wanna hit a cone. I messed that up. All right, number 2. I'm using my right knee on the gas tank to hold myself in place. All right, let's see. 19, okay. Well, it's still better than 21. That's a longer one. It takes a little bit more time and effort, but you're practicing your cornering. All right, guys, here's the snake. The snake's a lot of fun. We're gonna have to do this, so let's go and familiarize ourselves with it. So we have to go left around this first cone, around this middle cone, around these 2 cones, all the way to end, and then all the way around. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, what do we get? 14.9. Okay, 14.9. So now that I know it, we're warming up. Okay, around this cone, around these 2 cones, we have to go straight, and then around everything. And I hit that cone, so this run doesn't count. That's what happens, guys, if you get a little too close. Like if you hit a cone in the Smart Rider games, you got to redo the run. You got to redo the run. 13.1, so it doesn't matter. Well, thankfully, it's just the warm-up, so now we're going to go for time. The goal is to not hit the cone. 13.14 does not count, but that's a good goal. All right, for time. So I can give it some speed around there because it's just basically a straight loop. 12.5, hey, that's fine. 13.4, whatever it was the other time, doesn't matter anymore. I got 12.5. We're gonna jump into the new exercise called the tuning fork. Let's jump into that. All right, guys, the tuning fork, this is a lot of fun. It's gonna be a little bit difficult, so let's familiarize ourselves with it. A bunch of U-turns. So around all of this, make sure I use all the room I got around all of, oh, not enough counterweight. You saw that. And now we're gonna exit out. So I put my foot down because I didn't use enough counterweight. I used too much handlebar turn, but not enough counterweight onto the outside. But if it's okay to put your foot down, you just can't hit a cone and you have to do the design. That's it, feet down are fine. You can paddle walk the whole thing, you just can go slow. All right, here we go. A little bit more counterweight, this is the warm up now. There we go. Exit out. 13.78. Let's see if we can beat that right here. Now it's for time. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? Woo-wee. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. Let me go ahead and turn this down so I'm not distracted. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How you doing, Colin? Shmee, how you doing? A lot of the same names. I love seeing you guys here. I try to make it Fridays. Last week it was a Wednesday. I get that, but I did a Ragnar. I should have brought the medal. Should have brought the medal in the. If you're on my Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, I posted some stories. And man, it was 15 miles. It doesn't seem like much. 15 miles in 24 hours for me. It was like 120 something miles for the team. There's 8 of us that ran. It was a 4 mile. It was like 4.1, 4.1, 7.5. And I had to run it was green, yellow, red for me. Some people ran like red, green, yellow, and it was all just kind of mixed up. But it was roughly every 8 hours I had to run miles. And it was a Trail Zion, so it was in Utah. Beautiful area. I'd love to go back just to enjoy the weather and the hiking and whatnot. But yeah, man, I ran like it was like at 1 p.m. the first day, then it was like 11. Some it was like 2 p.m. I don't know. It was like 11 p.m. the next run. No, I ran green, red, yellow. That's what I did. And so 11 p.m. to like 1 a.m. I finally went to sleep for like an hour and a half. Didn't get to sleep much. And then I ran again like first thing in the morning. I wanted to just hike it, but man, I was like, no, man, these guys are fit. These guys are in shape. They're running. They're doing way better than me. So I think I averaged. I did the times and everything. I went through the times because the official times. Because we had a chip and everything, and I think I got like an average 15 minute miles, a little bit under. It was like 1450 or whatever minute miles across the 15 miles. I want to get to like 13 next year. They doing Black Sheep Banjos. So that was I started driving up Friday. We raced Saturday until Sunday morning and drove back Sunday. It really knocked me off schedule though. That's something I've learned. And then I had when I did it, it was we went up Friday. The Friday before that, we had the live stream, and then I went to go get surgery on my back. I had a mold to get removed. You guys know from the past, I've had squamous cell carcinoma and everything like that. And so, like, there's another mold that I didn't like, and they didn't like, and they cut it out, and so I had like stitches in my back, with some tape on it and whatnot. And I ran the race, and so like came back Sunday. I had the suture remover on Monday, this last Monday, and it's Friday now, and I have just been exhausted. I think my sleep schedule just got screwed up because like now I'm staying up late. Like not trying to, like I'll be tired, but kind of staying up late a little bit. And by late, I mean like there's been 2 nights where I stayed up to like 11, just trying to go to sleep. There's been some nights where like 9 o'clock I'm exhausted. I just want to go to sleep, but I've been sleeping in. So I think my body needs to recover a little bit more, but I feel great. No injuries. I was worried about having like stress fracture, or not stress fractures, but like shin splints, which are basically stress fractures. Shin splints. I was worried about like my hip flexor, my lower back, and everything. It's fine. That's fine. I was just really sore. Just really sore. How you doing? From London? Will the big beard return one day? No. In fact, this is actually long. I need to trim it. It's actually pretty long. I'm gonna need to trim it. I'm gonna trim it when I get back. I use a 2mm. 2mm now. Man, it used to be so big. I used to do a 5, like a 7, and it like a here, and then like a 5 everywhere else, and like a 2 up here. No, it's much easier. Zoom, 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 zoom. But yeah, just big time, just kind of get back on schedule. So yeah, what's up? What else is next? What do we got going on? What did you guys do this week? Because I kind of missed you guys on this last weekend. So I had the Ragnar suture removal. Went to see Thunderbolts. That was a pretty good movie. Your beard is resting on your chest at the moment. Dang. I remember that feeling. I received my fitted hearing protection today. Couldn't test it properly. Got caught in rain after a couple days. But it seems promising. Fitted hearing, so you got like the molds inside your ear canals and all that stuff. I'm in Texas 2 weeks to celebrate turning 50. My Christmas gift was tickets to see Phantom of the Opera at His Majesty's Theater. Nice. I like plays. Yeah, getting back on schedule. Finally getting back on schedule. I got some stuff coming up. I mean, the DGR is this Sunday, but guys, this year I haven't raised any money. You know, I've done 14 events. I've done it every year, and I've raised money every year. I've gotten the helmets and everything. You know, I got 6 of them for the top 50 fundraisers. But I think this year, with everything going on in my life and what I'm trying to accomplish with the academy, I think I might skip it this Sunday. I got asked to be like the medic in the back, but I think I might need to cancel. Like I'm gonna do it. I got too much going on with the games, with the academy going on. Trying to keep up with everything here. I gave myself. I sent out an email a little while ago, and I gave a roadmap for the academy. And I posted in the email to all the academy members and people that have signed up and everything like that for the games and for the drills, that end of June, the Smart Rider training manual will be posted, the actual course, by end of June. But you guys all know what's the principle? It's the Parkinson's law. Anybody understand Parkinson's law? Not the actual disease, but basically, if you give yourself a year to do something, it'll take you a year. If you give yourself 2 weeks to do something, it'll take 2 weeks. If you give yourself the end of the day, you'll get it done by the end of the day. That's basically what Parkinson's law is. You fill the time that you allot yourself to finish, and that's how much time it'll take. That's why I really like the idea of 12-week years. Get everything done in 12 weeks that you normally would get done in a year. But it can burn you out. I'm reading the chat real quick here, guys. The beard's not coming back, sorry. But I see Colin Clark got T-boned a week ago. Slow speed accident, so I'm fine, but it really sucked. I feel like I've had bad luck lately. Yeah. Hey, I like to think of those as tests in life. You know, life is all about suffering, really. and some tests. And so if you have a good mindset about it and you get through that crucible of pain, basically, you become stronger, and there's something good that's going to happen out of it. So just keep up with it, man. I know it sucks. Keep plugging along. I've been sick the last 2 weeks, totally failing at the Rider games. It's okay, Kim. I'm actually thinking, like, I have turned off the first week's submissions because that was the goal. But I'm getting some really good feedback on the Discord. And so the second week is going to, I extended the entries till the end of today. So for the, I believe it's the ghost exercise, week 2 is till the end of today. And so I'll be closing that submission form. But I did post on the Discord, and I'll get back to kind of like what I was talking about with the Smart Rider training manual. But I did post on the Discord the week 1, week 2 leaderboards for the Smart Rider games. And then I did collate all of the points. So right now, the point system is still active. And Nathan Schober, Neil Sutherland, and Chris Faber are top 3 so far. We got some really good submissions. I think we're averaging like about 20 submissions per week. So you still got a chance. And I really want, if you compete in all 8 weeks, there are some really good feedback ideas of like you just get the drills where you definitely get something. So it's just like a participation if you complete all 8. And then obviously the top 3 will get something. I'm still working on the prizes because I do want to give you guys some stuff, but it's really just kind of coming out of the shop. So more than likely it's going to be the challenge coin and a few other things for the top 3. So I'm excited about that. Also lost my job and then lost my dog. Oh, geez, life has not been kind to you lately. How you doing, Missy? Missy, if you noticed on the Discord, I created a new role. That's another thing, guys. I created a whole new role. So if you don't know what roles are, they're basically just like titles that you get. But I created a whole new one, the Smart Rider Games competitor. And so Missy, now it's not Smart Rider Crew, it's a competitor. And it's a little more like purple. So you can actually see your name a little bit. And yeah, so we got some people in there. So if you do compete, you get a special role in the Discord, and it is separated from everyone else. It's at the tippity top on the side if you actually look at the community members. It's kind of hard to see because I have it on dark mode, so the role is kind of hard to see, but we'll see about making it. We might change the color, but I like the color. Running reds recently I took before I go. Yeah, more reds. Yeah, people are running reds. So the Smart Rider training manual. So the idea, like I said, is to get people to start riding their motorcycles, to be able to take my course instead of going to a class and just going to the DMV. So I'm curious, though. Let's write in the chat real quick. I'm curious. So it's almost like, let me go ahead and preface it. So the rider journey, typically, I might throw a poll up there, and I think I've done it in the past. Did you guys like buy your motorcycle first and then get your endorsement? Or did you go straight to the class, take the class, get your endorsement, and then go buy a motorcycle so that you could just start riding? Because for me, Horovac, hey, welcome to the crew. For me, I bought a motorcycle, didn't have a permit, didn't have endorsement, didn't have anything. I bought a motorcycle, got it delivered to my house, and I started practicing in the neighborhood. And then like the next day I went and got a permit. Like I went into the DMV, took the written test, got the permit. And then I was able to do it legally, practice legally, and ride legally. And then I went and got the endorsement. I think after a certain amount of time, I was supposed to have the permit. And that's the direction I went. And that's why, like, I've developed the course. That's why I've been doing the course stuff. Because I feel like, because my mindset was, we didn't have an MSF where I was at. But when I'm looking at everyone else, it's like, right now in Arizona, it's like $400 to take the take the MSF. So you have to sign up. You have to like do the 2 hour, 3 hour, I don't forget how long, but it takes a while, online course where they're just talking about stuff. It's almost like it's like a liability thing. It's not really like I got all the same information when I was at the course. And then you have to go on a Saturday for 8 hours and a Sunday for 8 hours for $400 at least. And then you get a card, and then you still have to go to the DMV to get your endorsement on your license. But now you still don't have a motorcycle. Let's say you went that route. You don't have a motorcycle. You spend $400. For me, it's like I really just want, like, I don't know, like it doesn't seem backwards, because I do truly believe the MSF is a good course, because like you actually get in person. It's a relatively low cost to start riding because you don't have to buy a motorcycle first. You just like the upfront investment basically. And so the upfront investment, hey, welcome Mr. Diamond Racing. The upfront investment to get, it's like you might not want to ride, right? And it's like now you only spent $400 and you have an endorsement, you don't feel like riding anymore. But it feels like the people that do it like definitely want to ride, and they're just trying to get the endorsement so they can start riding. But to me, like, I'm just sitting there thinking financially and thinking like in terms of logistics and all this stuff. $400. That's like that's almost a full set of gear. I would say a helmet, jacket, and gloves. Like it's a helmet, jacket, and gloves right there. Yeah, I mean the endorsement. I mean, like taking the class is fine. Yeah, it's fine. 185 does not include the final test, and they gave us. Yeah, so like some places are different pricing. Here in Arizona, it's like $400. Yeah, it all depends on how you want to learn your lessons. I agree. But for me, it was like when I first started riding, it's like I learned on my own, and it was perfectly fine. I didn't have anyone to help me. I just knew how to drive a stick shift truck, and I just kind of applied, the same principles on it. And I knew how to ride bicycles. So what I'm just like getting at is that it's like there's people that want to take the class and learn that way. Like it's missing, like I think it's actually good for that, like for the people that want to do it that way. But I know there's some people that are looking at it like, I have to spend $400 and I still don't have a motorcycle. And then like after they get the class, it's like, yeah, it's great. But imagine if like you had all the same material, but at home and it was like $60. And like you already have a motorcycle, or a friend's gonna let you use their motorcycle. Then you just learn on your own, and then you save $340, depending on where you're at, obviously. And then you can spend that $340 on a helmet and a jacket, maybe gloves. That's kind of like where I'm getting at when it comes to that. Because I want to help you guys get your endorsement, and then you just go take the class at the DMV. Is a silly lollipop test? What's that? Where you like have to go in straight and then do a U-turn and come out? Is that a cone pattern? Yeah, I don't know. I want to like. So what the Smart Rider training manual is going to do is that you watch and you do the drills in the Smart Rider training manual if you already have a motorcycle and you're just wanting to take the test and you want to get past it, because there's also the problem. Yeah, MSF does give you discounts on insurance. I think I applied the MSF discount and it gave me $20 off for the year. That was it. It wasn't much. I was kind of surprised when I did it. I think you get more if you do the advanced classes, but then you're spending like $600 to get $40 off a year. or a policy. So I think 6 months. So yeah, $80 a year. It'll take you a couple years. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking like, yeah, and Arizona does have grants. It's hard to get them though, because I think their money is dwindling a little bit. But I'm definitely thinking like in terms of if I can get you all the information you need to practice yourself, to take the permit and take the endorsement test at the DMV, and save you money doing that, that'd be great. On top of the fact, and here's another thing, I've been getting some feedback, is kind of like the same problem I had when I started riding, is that there's no MSF course near me. Some people are saying like the nearest course is 2 hours away, which means they have to get a hotel because it's a 2-day course. And it's just not feasible for them. And so they're kind of out of luck because it really does depend on where the locations are and then if they're booked out or not. And one of the big problems I remember when COVID was happening is that they shut down so much of it. They shut down a bunch of classes. Imagine if you could do it on your own. You didn't have to deal with that. Basically swerving between cones, doing circle, and staying within the lines. Pretty tight little course. Oh, I like that. I don't know. But that's one of the main reasons why I really want to get the Smart Rider training manual out, and I'm super focused on completing it. To me, that's great. Yeah. And the cool thing about like the Smart Rider training manual is that it teaches you everything. I have it all set up. I have the whole lesson plans and everything. And I designed it in a way that it teaches you basically how to ride a motorcycle. And so, you know what we do here. I mean, I know ELAD's not even in the country. Like they don't have MSF in a lot of different areas. But like it's an international thing to where I can teach you to ride a motorcycle. And then if you're going to take like whatever test that is required by your municipality or your government, you'll at least know the standard how to like ride a motorcycle. So it actually prepare you for whatever it is that you're trying to do. I don't know. That's kind of like the idea too. How you doing, all the Dades? Took BRC1 in Colorado. I've been looking for BRC2 since I moved to Phoenix, but I can't find anything. Yeah, that's the tough thing. Do 8s until they stop you. Yeah. So, I don't know. I really want to get that out because the roadmap I have is the Smart Rider training manual by end of June, and then I want to get the practice test. So I'm working on a mini course for the practice test, and then I really want to make it to where I forgot to bring. I actually got some mail. Forgot to bring it. Somebody sent me some fan mail on conversions from kilometers to miles per hour. How you doing, Andy, you goonie? Team Oregon, though I keep calling it. Yeah, I mean, MSF is pretty much the standard. Everyone kind of tests to that, other than Total Control's version. I think they're in California, so they do something different. But it's all the same standardized testing, basically. 1.61 kilometers to 1 mile. Yeah. Somebody sent me it was like a nice, I have it at home, so I don't know why I didn't bring it. It's a nice little postcard with labels, laminated. It looks great. Looks great. That was pretty fun. It was nice to see it in the mail. Yeah, the principles are similar, yeah. Because I think Total Control got the bid for California. Training schools for training the test. Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on the roadmap. I'm working on that stuff, and I have like multiple days of filming, multiple days of editing, and I'm working on that stuff. And then I got Once these drills, the drill booklets, the older drill booklets are gone, and the Smart Rider Games booklets are gone, I might actually include basically when the training booklets are gone, I'm going to reprint some of the new drills. We got 24 drills now in the course. So if you haven't already, the course is only, I think it's only $19, right? Writing Smart, writingsmart.com. Let's go to, it's $19. Drills are even useful. Nice, man. $19. $19 for 24 drills. 24 drills. So it has a digital download, and it's actually on, you can put it on your phone. 24 drills. This is the new website. So coming soon is a Smart Rider training manual. Wait, it's only $39. It's not even $60 like I just said. I think the physical booklet will be $60. So I'm working on this one right now. But this is the membership, so you'll get all the courses and all future courses. Right now there's a sale going on for $60 a year, the founders sale, which is linked at the top of the chat. So 60 and it'll be forever 60. Because this is going to go to 120 once the training manual is up. And then I'm going to be adding more and more courses. Like I said, the roadmap is going to include the new courses and everything. I think the first course that I'm going to be working on is the endorsement test, basically how to get your test. It's a test prep. So these are coming up. I'm working hard on the Smart Rider training manual, and once this is finished, I'm working slowly on the new the mini courses, and then I'm going to combine and make these into actual booklets. So I got the new 24 drills. I'm going to make it into a new booklet, and then I'm going to work on that after it's done. I'm going to work on that as the new booklet. And when you are a member, you get discounts too. So if you become a member, you'll get a discount for the booklets if you want the physical version. But yeah, I'm working hard, guys. I'm tired. The Ragnar really messed up my routine. But yeah, the Smart Rider Games is still going on. So if you guys want to get in there, you get the free tournament package. There's 8 drills for free. You just need to sign up, full name and email. And then you can submit your times here. Here's the point system. But yeah, you get all the games and drills and stuff. So you might want to sign up. So if you haven't already, here is the Smart Rider Games. I'm going to post it. There it is, the Smart Rider Games. And we have, let's go ahead and do this. Here's the official standings. Nathan, how you doing? If you're in here. 20 points so far, but we got all the standings here. I have everything linked with all their videos, and it's in the Discord right now. But currently, here's the standings. And you get a special Discord role if you participate. How many founders are there? I'd have to check. I would say a little over a dozen. A little over a dozen. I can't wait for this course to be done. So here's what the Smart Rider training manual is going to look like. So it's already written out. 5 modules. There's a lot. There's a lot. So we're going over the primary and secondary controls. We got the basic gear control, so shifting the first gear, finding neutral and everything, the friction zone, throttle control, front brake pressure, how to build the course, which is the Smart Rider drill course, but you're going to be able to utilize it when it comes to actually training. So the first drill is start, stop, and turning is the balloon. So we're going to do one at a time, each cone at a time, just like you would do in the MSF where you are going to cone, stopping, going to cone, stopping, slightly turning, slightly turning. You're constantly doing that. It's all built within a small parking lot. The glide, the right-handed U-turn practice. It's basically just a nice little right-handed U-turn practice. Lefty loosey, left-handed U-turn. So you're going to need that when it comes to the endorsement test. a nice little figure 8 practice, and the orbit, which is going to be some cornering practice because you're doing the loop 3 times. And then we have emergency response techniques. So emergency braking, swerving, and emergency acceleration. It's all going to be within the little course that I got. And then we're going to do the DMV test skills. Okay, so the DMV test skills, that's all they are. They're just skills, and then it's scary because it's called the DMV test or like the endorsement test, whatever it is, that physical test in the United States, which is pretty standard across everything. And this is actually the same, but they're missing one for the MSF test at the end. This is the exact same test as the MSF. It's just that the MSF, they add one extra, which is acceleration and turning. That's it. So you do a tight turn from a stop. You do a straight line weave. You do a U-turn. You emergency brake. You emergency swerve. That's it. That's your endorsement. It's all like at a time. So the first exercise is a tight turn from a stop and a straight line. Or I'm sorry, it's the first exercise is a straight line weave. That's it. Second exercise is a tight turn from a stop into a left-handed U-turn. That's it. And then you have to do emergency braking. That's third exercise. And emergency swerving. That's the fourth exercise. If you pass all that, there's certain stipulations. You can't drop the bike. You can't do certain things. You know, can't be unsafe, blah, blah, blah. I'll have that in the actual test here to help you out. But that's it. It's 4 exercises. It's 5 exercises, but into 4 sets, basically. And so we're going to go over all of that in the DMV test. So you can do this. You can do the course and then go to the DMV and you're good to go. You're good to go. But on top of it, we're going to go ahead and do motorcycle gear 101. So I'm going to talk about full face helmets, jackets, pants, gloves, and boots. We're going to do the safety pre-ride checklist. Okay. So state of mind, so we're talking about, your actual body, your mind, and everything to prepare for yourself when you go ride. And then we're going to do the plan method. So that's something extra. Something you don't really learn. We're going to do some neighborhood riding because that's a great area to start. And then we have city riding, highway riding, mountain roads, and night riding tips. And then on top of it, you're going to get the Smart Rider drills, the rescue booklet, and the rescue card as a digital download for $39. Like, this is what I'm filming. So, like, there's... Oh, it's not working. It's not working. Let's go ahead and refresh. There we go. So there's a lot of filming in here. A lot of filming here, 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 a lot of filming here. 5 modules, and my goal is to make it under 3 hours. It shouldn't be so complex, and I think that's one of the cool things about the MSF and one of the bad things about the MSF. So the cool thing is you get access to a motorcycle, you get access to a training ground, you get access to a coach in real time to help you out, but max 12 people in a class, 2 coaches. So the span of control is 1 coach per 6 people. And that's the deal. So if there's only 6 people signed up, you only really need 1 coach. I remember this from being an MSF rider coach myself. And so if there's 7 people that signed up, then you need 2 coaches. So that's really cool. The bad thing is, is that if you figure out how to do friction zone quickly, you have to sit around for 20-30 minutes, basically, just kind of doing the same exercise over and over and over and over again. Because they allot 30 to 40 minutes per exercise. That's why it takes 2 days. Once it hits a certain time, that's one of the things at the MSF is that you have to stick to the time. And if somebody can't keep up with the time, then that's when they cancel you out. So you have to stick with the time. But if you're a quick learner and you're getting things done, you're kind of just sitting around waiting. And so if you're a quick learner, good self-learner, you should be able to get through this stuff quickly. That's why I want it to only be max 3 hours, because I want you to get going. And max 3 hours also includes module 5, the real world riding. Why isn't it working? I have to keep refreshing. And then this stuff here, this is all extra. This is basically module 1 through 3 is the MSF. That's really it. Module 1 through 3 is the MSF. I mean 0, I guess. Yeah, 0 through 3. So basically learning the primary controls, that's one of the first things that you learn. Why is it's acting funny? Shifting into first gear, finding neutral, friction zone, throttle control, all that other stuff. You learn that in the first few exercises. This stuff is going to help you through. That's some of the first. That's like halfway through the course, and this is towards the end. Like I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. And so the MSF is great because you got the person in person. Sucky thing is it takes 2 days. Here, the sucky thing is that you don't have me exactly with you, showing you exactly, where your hands should be, but I'm making the videos, so I'm trying to explain it during the video itself. And the nice thing is you can get it done in a day. You can get it done in a day, and then you can go take your test the next day. You can do this on a Sunday and take your test on a Monday. And you're good to go. You failed the second test for the A license? I failed the written part of the endorsement test 3 times because I rushed it and I had to reapply and take it the 4th when I first started. Yeah, John? You're welcome. You're welcome, man. I'm glad it helped. But I'm working hard on the Smart Rider training manual right now. Smart Rider Games is going on. Right now, the Smart Rider training drills is available right now. $19. You get all these drills. There's a bunch of drills. 24 drills. $19. These are a lot of fun. You'd be surprised. I'm getting some good feedback on the Discord saying like just people taking off from a stoplight. It's really helped them. Turning in a parking lot, doing U-turns, tight turns, all that stuff has really helped them. So I'm excited to see what the Smart Rider. Let's go to the dorm room. I'm really excited to see what the Smart Rider training manual will do for those that want to learn how to ride, and it just gets them going. So we got 70 people in here. Let's see if we can get 55 likes. Let's get 12 more. Get 12 more likes. 12 more likes. Hey, we got a new Micah. Welcome, founder. Thank you so much. Yeah, the founders discount is going to be available until the Smart Rider training manual is live, and then it goes to 120. So basically what you're doing is you're getting with the founder membership, you're getting the Smart Rider training drills right now for $19. So it's $60 for the founders thing, $16 or $19 for the drills, and then $39 for the training manual. So you'll get the training manual. So basically you're just paying for both. And then once that goes out, it'll go 120. And then mini courses will start coming on, and you get discounts for the physical booklets when they go out. And then on top of it, I was thinking on the Discord, and I came up with the idea of a virtual bike night. And there's also like a virtual gear show-off thing. I like the idea of a virtual bike night because it's kind of like a motorcycle club. We talked about that a little bit. And basically, like you send, like, I'll try to host it live. I think that'd be really fun to host it live. But on Discord, they have like a video call thing like Zoom. And so you guys all kind of join in with me. And then I like put you up for like a minute or two. And you just, with your phone, you just show us your bike. And we just keep going and rotating. Or you do a submission and I make a video or something like that. Or we just share pictures with a small description. Same thing with like gear, like post yourself in full gear, see what you look like, if you look like a Power Ranger or not. But there's like stuff like that. And I want to start doing that. And so that's part of the membership also. I mean, it's going to be open to everybody, but members will get promoted and everything like that. What else do I have on there? What else do I have on the... I've been working so hard on this. You can tell I'm a little tired. I can tell I sound like a little tired. That's fine though. The roadmap, okay. The roadmap, here we go. Virtual bike night, yeah. Oh, that's what I got. Oh, and then new mini courses and events developing. So emergency braking mini course, a group riding mini course, some of the advanced smart rider drills mini course, a street riding strategy mini course, a gear and setup guide mini course. There's so much going on. I'm excited. I mean, that's for 2025. But I'm working on the drills. I like the games. The games are a lot of fun. We're really pushing through those games. Next season will be a little different. I'm getting some good feedback about this season. But yeah, even my pops watches Dan's videos. He's an ex-CHP and been riding for 40 years. You never stop learning. Hey, that's awesome, man. One of the things I do want to do that I've noticed is that timing and filming is a little bit more difficult for some people. And what I would love to do is host like a in-person timing and filming for the games. Because I'll just bring my timer, I'll bring my cameras, and all you have to do is show up with your bike and do the drills. I think it'll be fun. Bring pizzas and everything from the classroom. Just gotta get liability stuff. But too much going on in my head. Right now, Smart Rider Training Manual. Smart Rider Training Manual. Get the booklet for the Smart Rider Training Manual and the new booklet for the Smart Rider Drills. Those 3 things are on my to-do list for this year, for the rest of the year. By June 30th, Smart Rider Training Manual will be done. I'm going to give myself by mid-August to get the booklets done because it's a lot of design work. And then we'll see how the rest of the year goes. Because Hog Rider's a founder. Yeah. Guys, join up. It does support too. That's the thing, is it does support like the free videos and everything like that. I make the live stream. The ads are off. It supports everything that I'm doing here. Basically what you're doing is like pre-ordering the courses right now. And I'm working on them. If you saw the Learn How to Ride Without a Class playlist that I had a couple weeks ago, it's going to be a little bit like that, but more in depth. I tried to make that under an hour, and I did. I got it down to like 45 minutes. But this one I'm going to spend a little bit more time on a few things. So that was a good proof of concept. Not a lot of views, but I think a lot of the people that subscribe to my YouTube channel just want to see people crash. It's so bad. I think they just want to see people crash. But yeah, I'm really pushing to get you guys your endorsements. I mean, if that's what the MSF, because I've always mentioned, and we're just kind of chatting right now. We're chatting. We'll get into the crashes and close calls. We're just chatting with everybody here, giving you guys some updates. It's been a week and a half. Come on, guys. You guys know how it goes. I've been pushing. I was an MSF rider coach for 2 years. I went into it with the idea of I wanted to learn more information so I can give you guys more information, basically become an instructor, so that it wasn't necessarily credentializing, because I taught like a handful or two of, well, like a dozen or. Anyways, I've been to a lot of the classes. I taught a lot of them. And it was mainly just so that I can get some experience and understand some pain points that students were having, so I can deliver them to you guys. And the idea was like, I just really wanted to get you guys information. That's what I'm focused on, is just giving you guys information to make your own choices. Vlad with 5 gifted memberships. Oh my gosh. David Carnegie. I got to name them all out now. Critic Scooby, Centos 7, and Sandus just got a membership for a month. Thank you so much, Vlad. That's awesome. We got 7 new members today. That's amazing. So my focus, like, since the beginning of this channel, is just to give you guys information. That's how I learn. It's like, give me tons of information. I'll practice it. I'll learn as I go. It's not just give me information. I'm just going to sit here thinking I know it. It's like, no, I have this information. I'm going to apply it. Works, doesn't work. Parts of it do, parts of it don't. Okay, now move on. Keep learning. Continue education. So a lot of you guys are saying that in the chat. I love that. Keep doing that. And so that was my goal. And then I became an MSF rider coach, and I thought that was the case. I thought that was what they were doing. I thought we're here just to give people information, and yeah, gee whiz, you get an endorsement if you pass. That's really cool. And what I found out through the standards and the policies and everything, and once again, I'm not crapping on the MSF. I think it's a great organization. I think they've done so much for safety. I feel like it really turned into, it is a business. It really turned into a business to get people endorsements. I wish I can connect YouTube to the membership so you can get a mustache. Memberships right now, I mean, I think the cheapest is $1 a month, and you'll get a mustache to start. And so I feel like they really just try to get people endorsements. Like, that's it. Because some of the curriculum, I mean, it's good. The curriculum really is like, you know how like with schools, and I'm really kind of diving deep on a lot of this stuff. With schools, and I've known with pedagogy and andragogy, when it comes to learning curriculum, I studied all this stuff because I really wanted to make your guys' courses and everything really good. Developing syllabuses and everything, is that with standardized testing, you have the test before the school year. Like, the teachers have the test. My mom was a teacher for 30 years. My grandpa was a professor. And so, like, I know that they get the tests, or the standardized tests. They know what they're supposed to teach to. And the teacher gets typically a syllabus from the state or whatever, and then it's up to them to be able to teach well to the syllabus, which is trying to get people to pass the standardized test to graduate to the next grade. Hey, welcome, Jeremy. Welcome, Smee. Hey, look at that. Cadets. And so what people are just really doing is trying to teach to the standardized test. And that's what the endorsement is. It's a standardized test. It's almost the same test for every state in the United States. Like I just said, it's a straight line weave. It's a tight turn from a stop into a U-turn. It's emergency braking, emergency swerving. That's it. So what I found out when I became an MSF instructor, and I kind of saw behind the scenes, and I questioned some of the curriculum during the week-long testing process to become an instructor, I found out it's like, no, those are the skills that we want people to learn, and they need to pass it, because at the end of the day, if they have a high failure rate, that's not a good thing. In a school, having a high failure rate is not a good thing. You start losing grants, you start losing funding if you have high failure rates. And so I fear that standards will go lower if people get worse. So my thing was always like, I'm just going to give you a ton of really good information. I don't care about the failure rate, because even if I give you 100% information, you only get 50% of it in your head. That 50% is still more than what you would have learned somewhere else. Like, if you learn 100% out of 100% at some place, but it's only like 10 things, but if you learn 50% of 100% of what I put out, but you learned 50 things is still better than 10 things. So fly no work. How you doing? So like I was really pushing it, and so then now I finally got to the point with the training manual that I think it's very possible to get 100% out of 100% on my training manual, so a really good successful rate if you just do it. Because I've really distilled the information into simplified learning, and only the essentials to get you safe. The whole focus was safety, not endorsement. But at the end of the day, having the ability to get your endorsement from the information I provide is so beneficial. Like, I don't think I need to include the DMV test prep in the Smart Rider training manual, because if you can do the 5 exercises, the balloon, the glide, the lefty loosey, shoot. What was the fourth? But I know the fifth was the orbit. If you're able to complete those, then you can take the test prep and you're good. But I wanted to include the test prep so you have an understanding, because I know some people like to see it beforehand. Generally, though, this isn't the case with the U.S. EU in terms of driving license. The difficulty of obtaining EU is quite strict with the stuff. For example, if you're 24, you're not able to ride a liter bike. This is why restricted to A2 bikes are popular. Yeah, that's the thing, is the United States is not doing that. Welcome, Black Sheep Banjos. And there's all these different principles when it comes to the United States. They want the freedom to be able to do what you want to do. You take personal responsibility. The government can't really tell you. If you basically want to kill yourself, you kind of do. If you get a liter bike when you're 16, just because you pass your endorsement, and you go nuts, you're able to do that. It puts the responsibility back on the citizen. And that's the thing. That's the tough part. That's why I think education is so huge. Rafael Lopez, 11 new members today. Jeez. And so, like, I really want to get that information out there. That's why I do post the crash videos, to really showcase, hey, it's kind of dangerous. We should probably practice. And so that's why I also want to make the training manual pretty cheap for what it is. So you get the information. And yeah, so I've been working really hard on that. 80, let's see if we can get 70 likes. Let's do that. We just hit 55. 12 new members. Very nice. And so, like, I'm really focused on that, and it's just everything's kind of culminating into what I'm putting out right now with the training manual and the games. And, like, who here is participating in the games right now? I'm getting some really cool feedback just about how people are getting better. And it's like, that's the thing, is like, I think, man, I really wish I could work with the MSF, honestly. I've tried. They didn't want to. Total Control didn't want to either. I really think the MSF could turn into a motorcycle club, like a riding group. I really think they could. I really think that if you sign up for a class, you become a life member. I've been thinking about this. This is what I'm doing instead, since they're not doing it. This is something I wanted to propose to them. I think if you sign up for a class, you become a lifetime member, and then you do like a sign-up sheet, like reservations and everything. And because, like, typically on weekends is when they do the courses. Sometimes they do it during the week. But I really do believe, like, they should have like a bike night once a month, or like a motorcycle games night where they invite people over and have pizzas and whatnot. Of course, you pay a membership and whatnot, but you show up and you could do the Smart Rider games. And it's in an enclosed area. It's safe to do so. Since you're a member, you sign liability waivers every year, whatever. You can bring your own bike. They already do some classes where you bring your own bike, but they also have bikes on hand. And so, like, I really think that would have been really cool if they could host Smart Rider games at the MSF facilities that they have, or some version of MotoGymCon, or their own version of games and whatnot. And they host it, and it's like a club, and it's really just based on safety. It's based on learning. It's based on stuff. I really think it could. And then they host classes. Like, that's the business model, is that they host classes. Like, let's say you pay like $200 a year, and you get to take 3 classes a year or something. I don't know. Awesome, Elad. I hope you do. And that's the thing, is like with the Smart Rider training manual, once it's complete, I'm trying to work on a PowerPoint presentation so that Elad's, as the manager of the writing group, you can actually host, like, hey, everybody come in. We're going to go over the Smart Rider training manual. And here's the PowerPoint. And you're basically becoming an instructor yourself. So I'm also trying to create instructor resources. Yeah, usually it's like the third Thursday of the month or whatever, or third Friday of the month. People do bike nights and whatnot. But that's what I really wanted to propose to the MSF, and they're just kind of focused on what they're doing, and they're kind of hamstrung a little bit by government contracts and grants and whatnot. And so what I'm trying to do here is the online version of that. And so the MSF has their curriculum, which is great. I think it's a little outdated on some things, and they can't pivot quickly, which is typical of big organizations, which is fine. It's really good. They have that, and then they're kind of stuck with just doing that because they're focused on endorsements, and that's what their grants are really for, and they're state-sponsored and whatnot. For me, I'm building out my curriculum, just like the MSF has, but mine with the plan method, parking lot, do it on your own, do it yourself version of things. And then the games is the idea, right? Where you post your times, get some fun things, some prizes, some bragging rights. So the games is that community aspect. And then slowly adding mini courses until we have a catalog of mini courses. And it's the Smart Rider crew, which is basically the club. It's the riding group. What's the Dan basically invented SAQ training for bikes. What's that? Oh, speed, agility, quickness. Oh, nice. And so like I'm developing my own riding group, and that's the whole point of the membership as founders right now. And then as the membership when it's not a founder's role anymore. That's the whole point of that. And then once 2026 happens, 2027, 2028, like we just keep going. I'm hoping to expand and keep growing the club, the group, the crew to the point where there's so many mini courses. There's, the games that are happening 4 times a year. The Smart Rider training manual is consistently being updated with new information because I can update things because there's no standardized things. It's just really good information in a structured format. That's where the pedagogy and andragogy came in. I really like the Montessori method, the Mayfield method. There's so many different ways of teaching. I love it. I think I am a teacher. I was a firefighter. Now I think I love being a teacher. I don't know. Got it from my grandpa, got it from my mom. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing. But really focused on that and then having the community aspect. And it's what I'm building out. And you guys are part of the beginning stages of it. It's taken me years. I mean, I've gone through two different courses so far. This is the third course, the third thing that's distilled in the training manual. And then, accident scene management instructor, a bunch of stuff. I'm working hard. That's the thing. And thank you guys for sticking with me. But I realized the timeline for things. I really want to get them done so quick. But when I look back at how long I've been doing this, I left the fire service May 2018. It's May 2025. So I've been doing this for officially 7 years. And like 2 years before. So 9 years. I've been doing this for 9 years. And I realize it's probably going to take me another 5. And you guys supporting me with the membership is going to allow me to continue doing this for at least another 5 years. And then hopefully before we know it, we have a curriculum that is getting people their endorsements, a great community that is having virtual bike nights and the Smart Rider games. And yeah, it's turning into something. I'm trying to it's a lot of work. I'm doing it all by myself. I would love to be able to, I think I need to get an editor or something. I would love to get an editor. If anything, I would love to get an editor. But, because the filming, I like filming. I like to film that stuff, and I like doing these live classes. And that's another thing is after the training manual and a few other things, I'm going to be updating the live streams to where they're not just crashes and close calls. I'm going to pivot into learning a little bit more about this whole setup again, because I did a lot of it. I did the whole setup for a couple years ago, and I've just been sitting on it. And so I really want to make it to where there's like a structured class instead of like, hey, show up, we're going to chat a little bit, we're going to do 2 videos, and then we're going to go and I got to edit. It's more going to be like, hey, we're showing up, we're going to chat a little bit, we're going to watch a crash video, but hey, guess what? We have an instructional video here. We're going to watch a crash video. We have another instructional video. Maybe we're going to have a podcast, maybe have a guest. Like, it's going to be a little bit more structured. And that's going to be what I want to do, like a live podcast maybe. And so it'll be a couple hours instead of just 2, which is typical. Right now we're at 1 hour. But I really want to update it, but I need to get the training manual done. As you know, as you can tell from everything I'm talking about, there's a lot. Yeah, take a potty break, guys. 69 likes, nice. Let's see if we get 75. If you haven't hit like button, hit that like button. I also, when it comes to the membership, I really believe in like the full life work balance, like personal work, purpose. My main focus on a lot of things when it comes to my life is physical fitness, mental fitness, spiritual fitness. Within the physical fitness is obviously like getting physically in shape, because that does influence your mental fitness. Also learning and practicing emotional control. That mental fitness will apply into discipline into your physical fitness, so they're very synergistic. And then when it comes to spiritual fitness, I do believe in Christianity. Like that's my spirituality there. It's my religion. But when it comes to spiritual fitness, there's so much more, and that's relational. So having quality relationships, friendships, your partner, so your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, or whatever it is, and then your relationship with the community in service. So there's different aspects to all those three things. And I think if you have a really good balance and you're able to focus on those three things and maybe some of those subcategories, right? So physical fitness would be like eating well, not drinking, basically not poisoning your body in a few different areas. And then like working out, those are like subcategories. Mental fitness would be consistently learning, intellectual exercises, so books, taking classes, emotional regulation, things like that. So those subcategories. Spiritual fitness is the relationships, whatever religion that you're in, or just basically being a good person and acts of service. If you can focus on all those things and have a good balance of it and see where you might be failing, see where you might be succeeding, and see like working through that, I believe that makes you a very well-rounded person and makes life a lot more enjoyable. And so if something is straining you in the physical area, you can apply a little bit more mental and spiritual, and it'll help you out a little bit more there until you can get back into the physical. I want to apply that into the Smart Rider Crew membership. And so once I get these main things done, like the Smart Rider Training Manual and the booklets that come from it, and then we start doing the bike night stuff, the virtual bike night, and the games. Okay, we're going to continue doing that. I'm going to slowly work on the mini courses and start building that catalog, because that's the work side of it. I want to add in the podcasts where we just, like what I'm doing right now, where we just discuss like a topic of the day or a topic of the week. And it could be the physical fitness, spiritual, mental fitness, and all that stuff. And then having some challenges, just like any club would, just like any group would. It's all right, guys, we have a 1-month physical fitness challenge. Hey, guys, we have a book club that we're starting. Hey, guys, we're going to go ahead and do some charity work this month. Pick one charity or pick one thing that you're going to do in active service for the community. Like, these are all things, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I chose Christianity because that's what I truly believe in. But at the same time, it comes down to being it's just acts of service and seeking. It's a very Christian principle, but there's also like some philosophy involved in a lot of different things. I learned a lot of philosophy before I went to Christianity, and Kantian ethics and everything, where it comes to lying is not good, being honest with yourself, doing the right thing, not just because it's the right thing, but because if you do the wrong thing, you're harming yourself, and you don't want to harm yourself. And then when it comes to relationships, is that these are all tests in all your knowledge. You can sit at home all day, have all the information in the world, and you can't apply it. So you have to have relationships to test your application of knowledge. And like nobody can upset you if you're home alone. You can only upset yourself. And so if you get upset with somebody, that's when you practice your skill set. Just like if you're riding a motorcycle. You can have a motorcycle and never ride. Your skill set's never going to get better. So application, living life, and all that stuff. So that's where the spiritual stuff comes from. And I think having quality relationships will help you grow and test you. That's how you grow. You get tested. So that's where I come from, the spiritual side of things. I just happen to follow the principles and the values of Christianity to accomplish a lot of that. I also apply a lot of the philosophy, Stoicism, Taoism, and a few other things like that. But that all kind of coalesces in Christianity pretty well. You're working the 12 steps so you can relate to that. Very nice. Y'all will do it anyway, but yes, that fitness all around helps spiritually, mostly if you're going to do something and still drinking and drive. Yeah, don't drink and drive. What if there's nobody? What are you talking about? We're just kind of hanging out, and we got 7. I know once I start the crash videos, we're gonna get to like 120 people, but I love talking to the 80 of you that are in here and just chatting. 72 likes. So get 3 more. Let's see if we can 75. No relations. And that's one of the hard things when you don't have any relationships. One of the cool things about relationships, though, is that you don't really try to seek them. You just go and do things. Like if you go to a run club, you just sign up for a run club. You have no relationships. You just start being consistent. You're there all the time. You'll start making friends. You go to a pool hall and play some billiards. Consistently do that, you're going to meet people. Be open. Start working on your social skills. And that's another thing, is you got a relationship with yourself. And one of the greatest things that I've learned is that, would you want to be your own friend? Like, are you fun? Do you talk nicely to yourself? Do you have fun by yourself? Do you take care of yourself so that you would be able to take care of somebody else? You know what I mean? So it really kind of starts with you. So taking care of yourself, having your own fun by yourself, trying new things by yourself, and then going out to do those things, you're just going to attract people that want to be around you. So that's one of the tough things about being. And I had my own lonely period after the divorce and everything. I was alone, just had Stella, my dog, for well over a year. And it was tough. Like, I didn't want to go out to the movies by myself. I didn't want to go take myself out on a date. You know, I would go to a restaurant, sit at the bar, and just have one drink and have a meal at the bar. And I'd just chat with the bartender, or I'd chat with the people next to me, and I'd practice those skills. I would go off and do hikes by myself. I would go do things by myself. But I made it a point, because I also don't have any coworkers too. Usually meet people through through work and through certain things. And that's one reason why I went to start going to church, and I started meeting a lot of people at church. But what is it that one of the things that I did that to really help me out was, whenever I went to I had a routine, so I'd go to QT and I would talk to the gas station, the QT Quick Trip attendant. I just have small conversation. I would say nice things to random people, and it was just practicing talking. And before I knew it, I just had this different aura, I guess, and I was just standing up more straight, and I had people come to me and want to be friends with me all of a sudden. It was really interesting. But sometimes you have to go through that. Really practice on the routine of wake up, make my bed, go work out, or feed Stella, take her out to the bathroom, go do my morning duties. So vitamins, having a quick little breakfast with a protein shake, going poop and pee and all that stuff, and then go to the gym. And then I'd get to work. I'd make sure I'd go take a lunch, start talking to people. And the thing is, you get rejected a lot. A lot of people don't want to talk. A lot of people don't. It's foreign. And with the poops and peas. Go to the gym. Feel like fitness is great for your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself and spending time with yourself. Think building the discipline, seeing the gains help a lot. Yes, Lucid. And that's the thing. Is if your mental health is low, go to the gym and realize how low your physical fitness is. If you're like not in the shape that you want, honestly, like that's one of the cool. We're just gonna hang out for a little bit. We're gonna do a live. We're gonna do the crashes and close calls. But this is great. I love this. I usually wait till the end of the stream to do this. You guys knew I was a little overweight. I had an ugly ass beard and everything like that. You guys like the beard, but I like this beard better. But I started going to work out, started working on my physical fitness. I started losing weight. I started gaining the muscle back because I was a powerlifter for a while. I used to have a lot of muscle. Started gaining it back, being very consistent. It took me weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to do it. All of a sudden, my clothes were fitting better. My confidence was going up. Looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, dang, dude, you're doing well. Confidence, 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 confidence. And then my mental health got better. And now that my mental health got better, I got more discipline. So the gym was a little bit better. Now I have more confidence so I could talk to random people. Now I have more confidence to go like do things that I didn't have confidence to do. And it just really worked. And physical fitness really starts it off. Fireborn. But yeah, like physical fitness is huge. That's why I really got into, physical fitness, mental fitness, spiritual fitness. And so just really push yourselves, guys. And it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Create a routine. Create a routine for yourself. And that's one of the things in the academy. And I keep saying the academy, but the Writing Smart membership, the Smart Writer Crew membership, content pivots to what the person that's currently living, basically. And you guys seen other content creators, how their content shifts. It's very hard to be consistently and everything like that. But like you get bored on something, you start doing something new, you start doing this new thing and people share their content. So I've been doing this for a while. And if it switched from motovlogs to tips to crashes and close calls, we're getting into the Smart Writer Crew with the Smart Writer training manual, the drills and everything. But I've learned over the last March 22. Yeah, it's about 3 years now. Over the last 3 years, I've really dove into what I'm talking about right now. And with the Smart Writer Crew, I'm going to start developing content when it comes to those things that I'm talking about. That's why I want to have like those physical fitness challenges. I want to have like the book club thing. I want to have, the Smart Writer Games is a fun thing. The Smart Writer Training Manual is a fun thing. The community on the Discord is a fun thing that I'm currently doing too. So the content will shift a little bit. When it comes to DanDanTheFireman YouTube channel, it's probably not going to shift that much because you can't really do that much when it comes to YouTube changing things up. But when it comes to the Smart Writer Crew, since that is a new thing, that's what we're going to be focusing on, is the whole holistic. We're all going to get better individually. And I know it's tough, and it's almost like I'm expecting a lot out of you guys, but I know a lot of you are in a position right now where if you just had a small group of people come together and there's a standard that I put out or like a list of things that we're going to do that month, it makes it so much easier. And I've noticed that with the games. People are getting excited about the games. There's people posting their times, cheering each other on. You know what I mean? Like I'm excited to do that, and I think the things that I've learned the last 3 years when it comes to personal development, specifically just the last 3 years. I mean, I've been working on it for the last 6-7 years, but personally in the last 3 years, I really want to share some of that stuff with you guys. And I want to get like a small group going. And then hopefully, who knows? Yeah, like a motorcycle club. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But this is the start of it. this is the start of it. And I'm excited. It's scary though, but I'm excited. And you guys supporting me. I mean, I'm looking at this right now. Like, we've got 3 new members since the live stream. 3 new Smart Rider crew members. And thank you guys for supporting me. Yes, Danielle, Raphael, Micah, welcome. Welcome. So we're starting it up. I'll be there too because I kind of have to subscribe. Not really a choice. We didn't write against it. I thought of starting a DDFM writing club, Dan, at Happily local brand smart riders. I mean, that's the thing is on the Discord, the DDFM crew Discord, there's already so many local, like so many. We've had a few people get married. They met on the Discord and got married. Like, and there's so many people on the Discord that met so many new friends locally. There's in Arizona, California, DC Metro, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Iowa, Michigan, New England, North Carolina, New York City, Tri-State, Texas, Utah, Washington section. There's an Australia, Canada, Europe, DACH. What is that? I don't know. Netherlands and UK. I could say chapters, but it's not really chapters. It's kind of already doing that. And so it's pretty cool to see. And I've had this Discord since, I think, 2017. Let me check. Server settings. No, I think it's my profile. Let's go to my profile. How long have I been on? I can't tell. I forgot. Oh, my account. Let's see. No. I'll have to look it up. I forgot how to do it. But it's I think February 2017. If you join the Discord, there's a chance you end up marrying Dan. No, I got a wonderful girlfriend right now. We're good. One of my best friends, I dare say I ever met, is bosom of another woman at work, and they got married, and it was the best until they. Ooh, jeez. But yeah, I think we chatted a lot. I think it's time. Oh, February 2018. Okay, that makes sense. I think I joined Discord 2017. That's insane. Right, click on the server and go to server profile, show up top. Okay, let's do that. February 2018, yeah. 7,000 members. So when did I join Discord? Yeah, I joined Discord February 13th, 2017. Created the server February 2nd, 2018. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's you'll get lost a little bit. Just hang out, explore. You'll find some really cool things. There's the season 1. This is what it looks like. I'll go ahead and put it up on the. Yeah. So you'll go straight to the general chat. You'll go straight to the general chat. Everyone, welcome Uriel Hunter 1011. But it's just a big old chat. This is the general chat. This is where everyone hangs out. But on the left, there's new rider questions, motorcycle discussions. There's fan art. I think I posted a little bit about my doggo in here. So the people are posting their pets. I posted Stella. There's a stunting one. So people are practicing their stunts. There's a gym section. Lots of cool stuff. There's a California. I mean, there's Arizona and everything. These are all the different ones, but there's a California section so people can kind of get together if you really wanted to. There's a mental health section. I'm not going to click that because people like to vent and everything. It deletes every week. But the Smart Writer games on the left, Smart Writer Season 1 General Chat, here's the standings right here. And then here's some of the announcements. So I posted your guys' stuff because you guys posted week 1 leaderboard, week 2 leaderboard right here. And it posted the top 5 videos. And then the Smart Writer Games combined leaderboard. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. So this is the Discord. So it's on your phone too. You can put it on your phone. Here's like the list of people. Here's the Smart Writer Games competitors right here. So if you are a competitor, make sure you put in a time, and I can add you. That's the Discord. That's the Discord. All right. No, you have not, Colin. We're about to start. Mental health section is awesome if that you have a very helpful. That's how it started. It was the general chat, crew member chat, mental health. And then it just kind of, boom, lots of different sub channels for people to like hang out. Are we allowed to join multiple area chats? I like to know what's going on in other states if I'm going to be passing through in case. I think there is. You'd have to. I think there's a way to add your. I know the mods. I might need to get more mods, but I know the mods are very quick to change and add you to a certain role. There's a way to do it. I forgot. Because I wasn't in charge of that for a while. I'm weird. I'm not social. Welcome. Being a member here on YouTube is not a membership on the Discord. Is that correct? So being a member here, that's a great question. Even at the $1 level, if you connect your Discord, so you can go to like your, like on the bottom, and you can actually connect your YouTube to your Discord. And if you're a YouTube member, I think it has to be the same email and all that, whatever it is. You connect it, you get access, you become a DDFM crew member. Right here, you get a special role, and you get access to the only chat that only they have, which is the crew lounge. So yeah, if you're a member on YouTube, you get access to the crew lounge and a different role. You get the DDFM crew member role right here. What's up, Sea Dog? Here's like an old, my big beard. Look at that. Let's do that. What's up? How you doing, Ural? How you doing? Man, look at that beard. Ugh. You're teaching us how to be smart riders, able to help out an accident scene on my way to work. The rescue method is all. Hey, John, I'm sad to say that you had to actually use it, but I'm glad you had the knowledge to be able to use it, if that makes sense. I hope nobody ever has to, but it's always good to know. You know what I mean? The area chats are on the bottom. So if you're on your phone, I'm assuming you're on your phone, right? You want to get the Discord. So here's the general chat. Here's the general chat. So I'm like on the general chat, and I click this arrow on the top, and you get all the different, and it's on the bottom. I have access to all the local areas because I'm admin. So you probably don't have access to them until you have a role. I bet you if you just ask in general chat, how do I get a role? Somebody will help you out. Ranks and roles, then rank. Look, Zaraz. Hey, well, hey Zaraz. Why aren't you a mod here? I'm gonna add you as a mod. I want you to have a cool. I want you to have a blue name. escape route when I came into a corner too hot. Nice hog rider, little Dan right there. He's only here because I told him. I think we need more mods. I don't know, because I got some new things coming up. There it is. Nothing goes on in the Texas chat. Let's meet up, y'all. Nice. He's fancy now. He's got a wrench next to his name. There we are. He's been great. He's been on the server. He's been admin for forever. He's been keeping it going. I've disappeared for a very long time, but I'm back. So thanks for keeping it going, man. Appreciate it. Trying to get more people in. Trying to have more community events. Adding more people, promoting it. Lots of new people. Poke it. Welcome. Stamp liquor. Okay, welcome. Sea Dog, welcome. Malm, welcome. And if you submit a time for the Smart Rider Games and you're on the Discord, you get a special role, the Smart Rider Games competitor. I might create a new one at the end of it, Smart Rider Games champions for the top 3. That'd be cool. I'm blued. Okay. Yeah, we got to get going. We're an hour and 36. Usually these live streams are 2 hours. So this is probably going to be a 3-hour live stream. I got some packages to deliver, some things to do. So we're going to jump into it. We have the Smart Rider. Let's go ahead and bring up Riding Smart on here. There we are. Let's do this. Actually, we're going to promote. Yeah, we're going to promote this. Actually, we're going to do this. Hey, that's me. Hog Rider, welcome. Okay. Got that. Perfect. Mount Lemon's great. You would love Mount Lemon. Lots of 13 new members today. This is great. A lot of green in the chat. Guys, we're going to get started. 81 likes. That's awesome. Let's get to 85. Let's get to 85. We're going to go ahead and promote. Let's go ahead. I'm going to bring this up. Because when you join the... you get access to the app. When you join Riding Smart. So here's what the Smart Rider drills look like. Okay. And then click on the... Let's do that. Click on the easies. So if I click Lefty Loosey, it'll take you to the Lefty Loosey. So it's cool. You get all the drills and you get the download. Go ahead and get out of that. Okay. 86. There we go. Here we go. I watch all your videos all the time. Been riding since February. Officially passed my full bike license yesterday, though. Yeah, make sure... that's awesome, dude. Make sure you connect your YouTube and your Discord. So in your profile, you connect to YouTube. Boom. It should automatically sync. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and go to server settings. And I'm going to go to integrations. Go to YouTube. Go here. I'm going to click sync. So it automatically syncs right now. Because it syncs every day. There you go. There we go. So it should... I just saw someone get synced up. We have 75 members. Perfect. I feel like I've watched Dr. Disrespect for a long time. Long time. That's how I kind of got started on this. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this. We're going to go ahead and click that record button. And then we're just going to go ahead and hit play. This is the new one. Let's watch the intro real quick. This is the new one that just came out. Looks like we got some... Oh, he just swerved into that. Yeah, this is the new one 3 days ago. We're going to go over that one. And then we got one from basically 3 years ago. We got a new one and an old one. Kajabi. It's Kajabi. Kajabi. When you sign up, you should get a link to download the app too. Once we get a bunch of new members, there's a way to make it to where I have my own branded app. So it's not a Kajabi app, it's my app. So that'll be nice. All right, go. Here we go. 3. We got music. Can you guys hear the music? Is it loud? Like, is it loud? Like, if I'm talking, like, is it loud in the background? Yeah, I just wanted to... I'm just going to keep talking. So, I mean, like, you can kind of hear it, so there's no real dead noise. These can be heard, but it's quiet. Good. Okay. Let's do Discord, YouTube integration. So I'm going to go ahead and post this in the general chat. In the Discord. So if you want... that's going to give you how to do it. All right, guys. Quiet won't get you. It's okay. It's clear, loud, copyright. It's not copyrighted. This is non-copyrighted music. Music can be heard. It's quiet. Good, 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 good. 93. Let's get to 100 likes before this video is done. This one right here. So we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna pop into the DanDanTheFireman persona right now before we hit the record button. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that. Once again, we do have the Smart Rider drill or Smart Rider games leaderboards right now. So week 1 leaderboard, it's on the Discord server right now. Week 2 leaderboard, it's all set up. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go ahead and get out of that. So let's go ahead and click this record button. 3, 2, 1. Actually, one sec. I'm going to go ahead and post the link so people... For some reason, it's not doing the link. I saw that you posted the Discord. You have to do HTTPS, blah, 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 blah. Let's do that. Boom. There's the link to the Discord. So 3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. We're going to be going over this new MotoStars video. We're going to go over crashes and close calls, utilizing the plan method. We're going to try to figure out how it happened, what happened, all that stuff, and try to avoid these accidents. So if you're a brand new rider, don't do that, obviously. But if you're a brand new rider, this is going to help out so you can actually visualize some of the things that are happening, know what it is you need to practice on. And if you really want to start practicing on things, we do have a new website called writingsmart.com, and that's me right there. But we do have the Smart Rider training drills right here for $19. You can get 24 drills. The Smart Rider training manual is coming out by end of June, and that's going to get you prepped for everything. So it's basically like an MSF course. Do it DIY on your own. And we do have the membership right now. There's a founders membership. Link's going to be in the description for 50% off, $60 a year, and that's forever. So this is what it's going to be like after the Smart Rider training manual is live. Once again, you get access to an app right here. These are the drills. You click it. Here's the Lefty loosey. It's going to take you to the video, and you're going to have the actual drill there. And it comes with the download. So that's really cool. Let's go ahead and pause that because that's a little bit loud. It's actually still going. I'm going to edit that part out. So we're going to go ahead and jump right back into this. Don't do this, but let's find out.
Hey everyone, as in many examples in today's episode and in this one too, speed and overcut lead to serious trouble for this biker.
Support.
Let this serve as a reminder of why wearing the right gear
Get
is
all
so important.
the courses in the future if you are a member. Oh, he went a little off-road. Slide down the hill, not too big of a deal. He was practicing his wheelies on public streets. I recommend you doing it in a parking lot. Honestly, It's up to you. He lost his phone.
Good.
It's on the ground
No,
somewhere.
I'm good. You're good.
I always say practice in a parking lot, just like the Smart Rider drills. It's a closed course. You're not going to deal with traffic. I understand that you can't really do a wheelie for a very long distance in a parking lot, so this is kind of fun.
Biker. Let this serve as a
But
reminder of why wearing direct
you do have road traffic and a bunch of other stuff. It could cause some issues. So when it comes to positioning for safety, locating hazard situations, you might be the hazardous situation here. Just do it in a parking lot. But
good, man.
it's up to you. If you crash, that's wear some gear. Wear some gear. Let's go to move on to the next one.
Cool.
Me.
Oh, there we go. What happened there?
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, we had to lay her down, huh?
How I ended up in this situation.
Yeah, laid her down, coming around the corner. Let's see if we can scroll back. Let's scroll back a little bit. So this is one of the problems that we have when it comes to being a new rider is that as soon as we see something that takes our line of sight away from us, it starts to make us panic just a tiny bit. And that's going to be something that is a little scary. And it's going to cause you to panic. So like we see that roadway user right there. It's the tractor. It's taking up a lot of room. It's like, oh crap. And we start to panic. And one of the first things we do when we panic is slamming the brakes. Usually the rear brake. If we're car drivers, we tend to slam that rear brake because that's where the panic is with our right foot. Rear brake is the right foot. So we panic a little bit. One thing I really want you guys to focus on is that when this happens, you really need to snap yourself out of it real quick. And the best way to do that is practice, train in a parking lot, or when you're out riding, always be training. Every single riding session, even if it's just like a casual one, is still a training session. So once we see that, it's like, oh crap, okay, what's the escape? Well, we got to get ourselves in a new position for safety. This person is taking up a ton of room. There's nothing they can really do. They're on the road, whatever. So we need to plan, right? Position for safety. We located a hazardous situation. It's a relevant threat. Navigate into a new position for safety off to the side. Give ourselves that space cushion. Now, it's a little scary, especially in a turn. We're going a little bit fast, but let's not panic with emergency brake or panic braking. We can do progressive braking, but we need to get ourselves into a new position. Once we're in this new position, we have to now navigate this line as best we can. So we're going to come up to here. We started that, but we slammed the brake. That's why we fell. So we did good by putting ourselves in a new position, but we fell because we slammed the brake and lost traction. So we did a little bit too much. The rear tire looks like it slid out from underneath us. Our right foot slammed that brake. There it is. So we're learning from this so that we don't do it ourselves.
You're wondering how I ended up.
So he did find himself the escape, but he slammed the brakes. So let's not slam the brakes. All right, here we go. Oh, geez. Okay. So intersections, very scary. Intersections and corners are the most common areas for people to crash. Intersections is going to be left turners here in the United States. Corners is just a failure to negotiate the corner because we're going too fast in the corner. We get shot out to the outside, hit the guardrail, hit the mountain, fall off the mountain, whatever it is, or we low side or we high side. That's going to happen in corners. So corners, intersections, scary situation. Always look for traffic like this. And when you see somebody pulling out like this is why we don't speed through intersections, because it's much easier to swerve, much easier to brake when we're going the speed limit. Maybe even rolling off the throttle, going in intersections, increasing our throttle, going out of the intersections because we're prepping for just something like this. Somebody's coming out like this. What do we have to do? We have to find that escape path. We have to get ourselves out of there. He's already aiming for it, so this is good. So he did it. Solved the problem. It's a close call now. Now we have to swerve back into our lane. Okay, we can't just keep swerving right because we're going to hit that sign and the pole and the grass and everything. We have to swerve back. So we swerve out, swerve back. And we fell. So maybe slam the brakes same time, maybe hit some road surface hazards. Either way, sometimes this can happen. This just happens. And that's not fun. That's why as a smart rider, we're acquiring and using personal protective equipment just in case we hit the ground. He doesn't have a jacket, so he's going to have road rash on the left. He learned a lot of valuable lessons. Regular jeans, they're going to tear. He's got motorcycle boots. That's good. He had gloves. He had a helmet. That's how I was able to have the camera. But road rash on the forearms. That's where your motorcycle jacket's going to prevent a lot of that stuff. So please wear some gear. I get it. You don't want to be sweaty, but I'd rather sweat than bleed. So there's another intersection. Good swerve out. That can happen. Now, how did that happen? Why did that driver sneak out? probably didn't see us because we have a line of sight issue. That vehicle right there is blocking our line of sight. So whenever I come to intersections, I'm always worried about line of sight. It's like, I get it. I can see you, but you probably can't see me. And so that's just going to, you know, launch something off. It's probably a relevant threat coming up. This is a hazardous situation. So now they can see us. He pulls out. Oh, crap. I think we were passing because it's not a double lane road and they're turning right. So I think we were passing. So we kind of got ourselves in that bad spot too. Yeah, we were passing. So be very careful with that. The other driver didn't really do anything wrong. Oh, transition. Yeah, transitioning from asphalt to...
This rider pulled off to the side to wait
gravel.
aggressively, which led to some unpleasant consequences. If he had been wearing proper gear, it would have been just a small lesson, nothing more.
Yeah, I mean, small lesson, nothing more. He probably got some gravel in his hands. I mean, even falling off a bicycle and a rollerblades as a kid, putting your hands down without stuff, you're getting gravel, and that sucks. All right, so check yourself. What does he got in there? What you got in there? Some snacks? Some snacks. He got his trauma kit, maybe? Maybe a boo-boo kit where he can put some Band-Aids on. It's hard to lift it that way, but he's strong enough that he's able to do it. Very good. He's leaking some fluids. Side stands down. Good. Broke some pieces. All right, let's go back to this. Let's see what happened here. So you can almost hear the ABS kick in too. And he blew up. Here we go. Yeah, you hear the ABS. So he's slowing down pretty hard coming into here, especially with that front brake. Slowing down pretty hard. So he's going 43, I'm going to assume kilometers an hour. Not big of a deal at that speed. But if it's miles per hour, that's pretty fast. When you transition from asphalt to gravel, just remember you're going to have a loss of traction. So you want to do most of your slowing down here on the asphalt. And then you want to come in as straight as possible. So like if your exit's right here, you want to go on the asphalt, the turning, to basically going straight there. Now, if you're going to come in and do this, that's perfectly fine. If you're going to come in, let's go ahead and delete some of these. If you come in and then you make, no, let's do this. If you come in and then when you're on the gravel, you make a sharp turn, that's when you start having the issues. Especially if you're applying the brakes going into it. So if we're applying the brakes, releasing the brakes here and kind of coasting a little bit of throttle friction zone here, we should be fine. But if we're applying the brakes, now still brakes on the gravel, we lost traction. The bike's going to probably fall down. And I think that's what happened here is that we were applying the brakes from asphalt into gravel. Yep, right there. So start to release the brakes before you get onto the gravel. And it looks like this is where we're trying to go because there's another rider right there. And here's a smiley face. So we're trying to go to the smiley face, release the brakes at this point, and slowly, with friction zone and throttle control, keep the handlebars as straight as possible when it comes to that. Try your best to slow down on the asphalt, okay? It's pretty scary, happens. But as soon as we hit that asphalt, or as soon as we hit the gravel,
off to the side to
we lost traction. Dangerous driver, crippled biker. If my daughter had been on the, would have been killed. Okay. Oh shoot. Intersections. So this is not America, so right turners, I guess. Okay. Oh, there's the right leg impact. He's up and over the hood. Oh, here we go. Now we can see it. Oh. So in this situation, you're going to have to make a quick adjustment. You might have to swerve left. Or since we're going slow enough, apply good progressive braking and let them in. You might have to make a decision to do a left-handed turn right here or swerve left to get into this gap. Looks like he's making the turn and just continue the turn. You're going to have to do the turn and then, oh crap, and then do a swerve out. Or apply progressive braking right here to allow them in. You might T-bone them, but it's not going to be like this. And that's the thing is sometimes stuff happens. This is why you wear gear. We're trying to prevent a lot of it, but sometimes you can't prevent it. And that's gonna be some of these videos. Oh, side of the pedestrian. You see the panic. Watch the hands. See the panic grabbing everything, like trying to do that. This is why you practice progressive braking in a parking lot. And you're also already practicing progressive braking going to a stoplight and a stop sign. You're already practicing it. So be aware of that. You're actually practicing it, because when you're like, okay, I'm braking at the stoplight versus just stopping. I'm practicing. Because then when something like this happens, your automatic nervous system is going to kick in, and it's going to be like, okay, cool. Nice, easy grab instead of a panic. Don't worry about reaching for the horn. So I'm going to get out of the way. I want you guys to see the left hand. Just watch the left hand. The right hand obviously is grabbing a lot of the brakes. Left hand's grabbing the clutch. That's perfectly fine too. Clutch and brakes, perfectly fine. But he's also really trying hard to get to that horn. I don't care about the horn. I care about swerving or braking. I don't care about the horn. He's probably cussing it up.
So this day, it's a little bit colder than it normally is, and I have a brand new...
Anybody gonna come out, turn left? Nope.
I washed my front tires, but this time I'm like, yeah.
Okay, water on tires is not that...
Everything's going smooth.
We're gonna lose traction? Yeah. I was just double checking, making sure you didn't put tire shine on those tires. Guys, don't put tire shine on your motorcycle tires. Don't. So I was just checking to see if you did. They look pretty... They don't look shiny.
No. Then I'm sliding. Going down.
So cold day, a little bit water. Water shouldn't be that big of a deal. And cold tires on the road, not typically a problem when you're out riding. New tires, yes. The first like 50 miles, you don't want to be going crazy because you're just breaking in the tires. You got to get off that protectant, that preservative they put on the tires, and you're kind of slowly easing in and out, just normal riding, no hard leaning, no hard acceleration or hard braking, just kind of easing, almost like you have a passenger on the bike. So the cold tires and washing them shouldn't really be it's never been a problem unless it's like it's snow.
Keeps going and wants to.
He said new tire, you think? Okay, so I mean probably new tire.
For the most part, that took all the.
And that's the scary thing. So let's see him actually like go through the turn. Let's see.
That normally is, and I have a
brand new tire. There it is. Okay, brand new tire. That's definitely gonna, guys. This is nice and easy. So let's see him go through the turn.
I washed my front tires.
So you washed them.
I'm like, yeah.
Okay, so here, when you're going through here, do it a little bit slower. Nice, easy, slow turn. Don't treat it like it's an older tire that has grip and you're just making these sharp turns.
To be able to brake her in, everything's going.
So that's a pretty hard lean right here, and he's accelerating through it. Just go nice and easy.
Smooth, and all of a sudden, I have no. Then I'm sliding, going down. So I pop up and try to add a little bit of throttle to hopefully pop myself up as well. And as you see, the bike...
Yeah, the rear tire is going to lose traction.
And wants to take a nap.
Because in a corner, the cornering itself takes traction. Let's pretend you have 100... This is a very simplified way of saying it. If you have 100% traction, if you're vertical, right? Not moving anywhere. You're not going, you're not stopping, you're just sitting there. 100% traction. Moment you give it some throttle, it takes traction to go. So now let's say we have 80% traction because we're using 20%. This is very simplified. It's not, okay? And now let's say we're accelerating and we're turning. Well, turning takes traction too, and accelerating takes traction. Now if we give acceleration, turning, we're going to get to a point where we don't have a lot of traction left and it's just going to slide out. Now, a brand new tire, you don't start off basically with 100% traction. You start off with like 50% just because it's brand new, all the preservatives on the tire and all this other stuff. So if we're doing like what we think we have like 50% because we're normally able to do this, well, we ran out of traction because the tire's still new. That's why you warm it up. That's why you ride it very easy the first 50 miles, 100 miles. Nice and easy so that you finally get that traction going back. Braking also needs traction too. That's why when people are applying the brakes, we just saw it, when they hit gravel, gravel doesn't have a lot of traction. It's not asphalt. It's not grippy. It's not sandpapery. It's just gravel and loose dirt. So that means we don't have a lot of traction. That's why dirt bikers need knobby tires so it can grab more. And also that's why they fishtail all over the place. So here, same thing, okay? Just realize that you don't have a lot of traction right now until you wear in those tires just a little bit.
Took all the weight and have a start looking. So, not much. All right, here we go. Killer. Both laugh and cry at the B was.
I knew
for a nice slide.
All right, here we go. Going kilometers an hour.
Here we've got
like
a
kilometers.
situation where the next challenging turn completely.
Don't look like we're going too
caught the
fast.
side of
Love the road. Love the
Target
view.
fixation was the main reason behind the
Target
fall.
fixation. Okay. Okay, we have a sharp turn going left. You notice how the road disappeared? Let's go back just a little bit. See the road disappear right there? It's the crest of the hill. It's the crest of the hill. The road disappears at the end, where my finger is. See how my finger disappears? Road disappears. Let's go back just a little bit more. Road disappears a little bit because of the crest of the hill. We get over the crest of the hill, the road appears. Okay.
We've got a situation where the next
Road's still
challenging
there.
turn
Road's still, you can see
the
pretty
side of the
far. You
guard.
can see pretty far. Crest of the hill, can't see over the other side. Okay, looks like miles per hour. Okay.
Target fixation was the main reason behind the fall.
Okay, the road disappears. Now the road appears. Okay, that's fine. Road disappears to the left. Okay, that indicates when we're talking about locating hazardous situations. For me, if I can't see where the road goes, it's a hazardous situation. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. See how you're constantly, hey, it appears, disappears, appears, disappears, appears, disappears. Road disappears to the left. It's sharp. We have line of sight issue. This isn't good. I don't like it, so I'm going to roll off the throttle just a little bit until I can see the road appear. We have chevrons right there, right at the very end. That means it's a sharp turn. Okay, these are all clues to start figuring this out. So now we come into it. Now we can finally see a little bit of the turn, but it's still disappearing and it's short. It's not like way out there. It means it's a very sharp turn. We got into it a little bit fast. So all those signs that I was pointing out, it disappearing, the signage, I'm slowing down back there. So when I come up to here, I'm not going so fast. So if there is a very sharp turn, or since I have a line of sight issue, there's road debris or a car there, I'm already slowed enough to be able to make an emergency maneuver, emergency braking, emergency acceleration, or emergency swerving at a slower speed. So he panicked a little bit. You saw the jostle. It means he slammed the brakes, lost traction, released the brakes, and it gained traction. Now let's see what happens here. Try to apply more brakes to stop in time. He went off road. He was able to slow down enough to where it wasn't a crazy accident. One thing that we could have done instead here, so if we get ourselves caught up in here, we need to start slowing down right now. We see the chevrons. Okay, first start slowing down. He's slowing down a little bit. We're doing 47, it was 54. And we're down to 35, so he's applying the brakes. We get stuck here. So instead of slamming the brakes, keep our eyeballs right here. Now it's going to continue moving, right? And so what I'm trying to do is keep my eyeballs, my target fixation on the solution, instead of panicking and looking at where I might crash. This is target fixating on the problem, the scary thing. This is target fixating on the solution. Really push towards it and lean into the turn. Turn, turn, look and turn, look and turn. Look. Don't look here. Look. Look and turn, look and turn, look and turn. Keep it going. Try your best. Try your best. But this was pretty good. This is like, we've seen some crazy crashes where people like go way too fast. Wear some gear too, just in case.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's doing fine.
We were just checking you okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Very nice. He's rescuing. I love that. Love that.
That's a lot of damage.
Sharp left.
Finish him, Daddy.
Left. Okay, left turn on. Oh no. That wasn't that bad of a turn. We're going on an interstate. You notice how it's a U-turn? Hey, remember for 10 months. See the signage? That means it's going to be a sharp turn. So we're going to have to go into it nice and easy. We can't go into it like it's going to be a 90-degree turn. We have to slow it down and then accelerate out.
Oh, that's a lot of
So right here, we're probably going a little too fast, and we're leaning really hard. Who knows if we applied the brakes, but we did dump the bike randomly in the middle of the road. We lost balance, we lost traction, we fell down.
Oh, pimp,
You can almost see the difference between the two riders.
a lot of damage.
Finish him.
It's the sound effects, jeez. So she's leaned pretty far, he's not.
Daddy?
He's...
Oh, pimp
And she dumps the bike.
in this grass.
Hopefully she's fine.
That.
It's called threading.
Okay. Here we go, filming with a potato. We're going through some mountains here. Okay, road surface is okay. It is what it is. There's that sign. It's a sharp right, sharp left turn. Recommended 25 miles per hour. We're going 75. Okay. So sharp right, sharp left. And he was going a little too fast, and there's the dust up. Okay, not good. Hopefully we can rescue them. So once you see your friend crash, remain calm. Don't participate in the crash. Ensure your own safety. Okay, ensure your own safety. Thanks, Mitch Connor, for the $4.99. Appreciate that. It's going to pop up. There it is. Ensure your own safety. So go ahead and pull up. Get around this corner. Maybe do a U-turn if you want to, or pull off to the side and then jog back with your rescue pack if you have one. We're all out of them. Stop any major bleeds. All right, riding Harley. Hey, he's got one of these. These are bone conducting. Wear ear protection, please. Wear ear protection. Can't really see it because it's green. Oh, I guess you can. It's invisible. Wear ear protection. What's going to happen here? I love the camera view, buddy. Okay, we have a side of the vehicle in the middle of the road. Let's not come up to it super quick. Don't worry about getting mad. Practice slow speed. Practice slow speed maneuvers. They're very good. He's not stalling. Might have to downshift here and there. Not a big deal. People do dumb things all the time. Beautiful looking view.
Enough to avoid a crash with the truck. The driver gave no signal at all before turning, putting the side in a really tough
See the line of sight? He's about to do a head check right here.
spot.
There's the head check. Oh. Trucks need turning radius. And he kind of pulled out. Don't pass near intersections. Don't pass in intersections. You don't know if they're going to turn right or left. It doesn't matter if they use a blinker or not. He has brakes on, indicating he's slowing down. So just go ahead and relax a little bit. Oh, here's the big problem here.
Signal
Let's
at
take a
all
look.
before turning, putting the side in a
just
really
noticed.
tough spot.
He's got a rear rock. Good job with the brakes, though. Good job with progressive braking. Very good. I'll give him that. All right, here we go. Watch out for this person coming into our lane. Ooh, road surface. Ooh, get out of that. Yeah, they're coming in our lane. There it is. Don't hang out in blind spots. So we're coming up to here. Space cushion's okay. I'd rather position off to the left so I can see ahead. That's what I like to do when it comes to positioning for safety. So now we're in the blind spot. I'm not hanging out here. I get it. Like, I'm just doing my normal speed. They're just going slower or fast or whatever. But if they start slowing down, I'm going to either slow down a little bit too, and then I'm going to accelerate past once there's a big enough space cushion. I'm always riding staggered with other cars. Just like if you're riding staggered in a group ride and somebody swerves out of the way of a road surface hazard, they're not going to hit you. But if you're side by side in a group ride and they swerve, they're going to hit you. Same thing with cars. If you're in a blind spot, they can hit you. They can hit you side by side or staggered with cars. Like most of riding, right, Horvath? Most of riding is reading other people's driving behavior. That's most of riding. Once you understand friction zone, throttle control, shifting, turning, all that stuff, and it's very simple, you just don't go fast. Most of riding in traffic is understanding road driver behavior. That's it. That's it. That's why the plan method is so important. You're locating and assessing relevant threats. Open lane patterns, side by side, intersections, corners.
Situation, the rider
Watch out.
the opposite direction where
Moped
to encounter
miss
this
on
particular
hairpin turn in
driver.
Hawaii.
It was his sharp reaction that helped everyone avoid.
Oh, he
this
went
trouble.
wide. He went wide. Probably rental. Probably a rental bike. just having a ton of fun, probably not experienced, went a little too fast around an unfamiliar turn because he's a tourist maybe, doesn't know the turns. Same thing here, a little bit too fast. The music, I swear. All right, idiot driver on the phone almost runs over a pedestrian. Okay, here we go. A little too close, don't like it, but let's see what happens here. Oh. Almost hits a pedestrian. What is the pedestrian doing in the middle of the road? Because they were walking. You see, he's walking from like way over there towards us, not side crossing streets. Degra, nice. Up. Some people are really good with the horn. All right, move. Get out of here. Oh, cutting it a little bit. Oh. Okay, moving on. What else? What else we got? Nothing? Okay. All right, Chinese BMW driver crazy cutting motorcycle. Okay. Move. I get it. Like, you don't, it's not fun to have that happen to you, but you need to move out of the way. You're not going to win. They're going to have a small scratch on their car. You're going to be on the ground with a broken arm. Rider was relatively new to the group and could ride, but had a pretty bad accident after getting a slide at home and a little too comfortable. Guardian angel put him on a bed of grass and only 1 drop of blood came out. Only 1 drop? All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. We're coming around a corner. Did somebody go a little too fast around this corner? Okay, nice little slow speed maneuver to go up. Very nice.
You want to try to drag it up here?
We did a little time jump here. He's off the road. Got very lucky. So I'm assuming went a little too wide on a corner. Went off the edge because we're pretty far into the foliage.
Yeah, he cracked the entire frame off.
Yeah.
Okay, so that bike's done. Oh, yeah. That's done. That's done. All right, so we didn't get to see much of that one, but we're going to go ahead and hear. Assume every driver is trying to kill you. I think every driver is just incompetent. That's what I assume. I assume every driver is incompetent. I'm smarter than them, and I'm going to go ahead and take care of myself. All right, we're coming up to here. We're going to go ahead and speed through the intersection. We're going to turn left. Watch out for the bus, not paying attention, and just kept going. So good job on you. Like I said, they're incompetent. We're going to protect ourselves. All right, he almost hit me. Okay, we're moving off to the right side of our lane. Very good positioning. Oh, we were turning anyways, and they just went around. They didn't really almost hit you. Oh, yeah, I guess he did. Yeah, I guess he almost did hit him. So he was waving, got distracted by the other drivers, were waving to the other motorcycle riders. He's kind of in the same line as we are, and then right last second, only because we were turning, it was like, only because we were turning that we didn't get hit. They were looking at the other right. So this was a distracted motorcycle rider. Yeah, he swerved last second. All right. Sharp right turn. 30 miles per hour recommended. I don't think we're going 30 miles per hour. Guys, please look at the signage. Look at the signage. That's going to tell you what's happening. What do you think is going to happen here? He's going to go off-road? Oh, that's not a good sign. Bikes on the side of the road. Somebody else did, but going the other way probably. Good job. Remain calm. Pull over to the side. So somebody else was going this way and went off-road probably. How are we going to rescue?
Bueno, a primera puedo decir que fue porque no conocía la calle. No conocía la calle, se nota.
So somebody, yes, that's a fun little turn right there, but it looks like somebody went off-road. Let's see. Okay.
Hola, muy buena gente.
There we
Pues
go.
en este caso traemos un
I guess here's the video.
accidente, ¿verdad? Nuestro compañero pues
Going pretty fast. 30 miles an hour recommended. He's slowing down really hard right here.
Rápido, no la conocía, se iba a ir
Maybe
de
people
paso,
behind him's not paying attention, hits him.
y pisó el freno.
Yep, that person's not paying attention. There's the high side. Up and over. Guys are racing it. Guys are racing this corners, and that corner said 30 miles per hour, you know, sharp left turn for them. dumped the bike. So he's over
el
here.
freno.
They're all going fast. He wasn't paying attention. Now he's sliding because he slammed the brakes. Rear tire is sliding everywhere.
Pero
And then it was going to fall down, but it gained traction. Now he high-sided. That's a very painful high mechanism injury.
pues lamentablemente
So right shoulder, right legs, everything, and then he
frenar,
went
perdió el control
road
de la
rash. Probably
motocicleta.
stopped right there because he hit the sign.
Pues según lo que puedo
He's standing, that's
observar
good.
yo en el video, pues
That's good. He's
puedo analizar rápidamente
guarding
de que
a little bit on his
el problema
back.
fue de que excedió
Right shoulder,
el freno trasero y usó de menos el freno
right
delantero.
arm road
En este
rash,
caso, las
easy.
motocicletas deportivas todos
He's got a
sabemos
helmet.
que
That's
es
good.
más freno delantero y muy poco freno trasero. En mi caso yo
So he's walking.
nunca
That's good.
uso
That's
freno
good. He took his
trasero.
own
pero
helmet
pues,
off. That's up to
gracias
him.
a Dios fueron pocos daños, no fue nada grave tanto para nuestro compañero.
Yeah, just yell at him. You can't park there. Yeah, that's a terrible situation. But once again, guys, let's slow it down. Let's make it a little bit easier for us. Let's watch out for these cars. Remember, once you figure out how to ride, it's really just driver behavior and anticipating what they're trying to do. And that's the whole point of plan. So make sure you guys grab the Smart Rider Crew membership. There's a discount for 50% off right now. By the end of June, it's going to go up. So with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. All right, that's one. So guys, if you're just now joining, we do have what I was just saying. We do have the membership. This is the new website, the Smart Rider, Riding Smart. And we have the Smart Rider training drills. The motorcycle drills, $19 for 24 drills. You get a digital download, and there's an app so you can actually watch it all on your phone. You don't have to scan the QR codes. And then also the Smart Rider training manual is coming out end of June. And what I was talking about right here is the Smart Rider Crew membership. The Smart Rider membership is $120 a year. But right now, there's a founders membership discount. It's linked in the description right now. It's linked in the chat. And it's 50% off. So it's $60 a year, and that's going to be $60 a year forever. Okay, you're going to get all the you're going to get all the courses. You get the Smart Rider drills. You get member-only discounts in the physical shop when I get the new booklets. You're going to get a discount. Behind the scenes, community challenges. We got the Smart Rider games going on, and it directly supports the free training that we're doing here on Dan and the Fireman and Motorcycle Training Concepts. So if you want to support while also getting some stuff, click join now, but click the link in the chat, which looks like this. I just clicked it. Look at that, forever, 50% off forever. There it is, $60. All future courses, and I do have a roadmap that I sent out a week or two ago to all members of what's coming up next. So click that, join up. Love to see you guys in the chitty chat doing that. Oh.
Start? Okay, that's not too bad.
That was the Smart Rider drills. Yeah, because you get, this is the Smart Rider drills. You get the Smart Rider drills. Here's the app if you haven't done it. You get the video. And honestly, I really want you guys to start participating. Is that you make a comment. You can make a comment on the right here. You can add a comment. And if you post your time, date, and YouTube link, I'll put your name up there. So if you are participating in the games already, you can just post that link, the same link that you did in the games for this specific drill. There's 24 drills. The games are only 8 drills. Your name will be up there, and I'll keep updating. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this one. Make sure you guys grab a slice of pizza, too, by the way. Grab a slice of pizza. I had a whole large pizza. I had a Little Caesars pizza last night or yesterday. I feel like absolute dog poop, but my workout was really good this morning. All the carbs. All right. Here we go. We're going to jump into this next one because I have to edit these and I have to go to the post office. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock. I got to the post office before 4 because we got somebody got the drills and the games booklet with cones. Got to ship that out. And if you're just now joining, we do have the Smart Rider games right here. This is the Discord. We have the leaderboard for week 1, week 2, And then we have the tallied Smart Rider Games stuff for the first 2 weeks. Join that up, and I just see that Moto Gaga, you posted a Lefty Loosey. Posted your time for the Lefty Loosey. Yeah. My time, I was on the leaderboards for week 2, but I took myself out of the competition. I think I was like number 7, but I took myself out of the competition. I just wanted to post mine. Yeah. Lefty Loosey. I see yours. Very nice. Very nice. There's only 3 of us that posted a time for the Lefty Loosey, including me, right? But I'm taking myself out of it. So technically, Moto Gaga, you are the first place, because I'm not in it, is 1357. You're 1383. Just giving you a heads up. I'm 1351. All right, guys. All right, we're losing people here. We're losing people. Let's get to 100 likes, guys, in 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we're going to be watching this MotoStars video. This is from September 2022. It's an older one. Let's see if the plan method applies to this also. So remember, we're positioning for safety. We're locating hazardous situations. We're assessing relevant threats and navigating ourselves into a new position for safety, either by emergency swerving, braking, or acceleration. We're trying to avoid a lot of these crashes and close calls. So if you're a brand new rider, this is going to be helpful. Oh, crap. So cone drills, right? Got a little clippity clip. Now, what were we trying to do? I think we were trying to turn right. We see the cones right there. We see the opening. We have to go to that gap. We need to go. Okay. He said, oh, crap. He had enough time to say that, but then we're going to swerve left. Now, we do have the Smart Rider Games booklet. It has a bunch of drills in here. Now, this has only 12 drills. Now, if you want to get 24 drills, there is a new website right now, ridingsmart.com. 24 drills for $19. You click order now. You get 24 drills. You actually can download an app. There's a link for it. And this is what it looks like on the app. Now, if I click here, it's going to showcase the video with the actual drill. And at the beginning of the course, you get the digital download, so you can just download it on your phone if you want to. But you get the videos and the drills and post your times, because we have the top 5 times on each one of those drills. Anyways, check it out. Practice your slow speed stuff, because this is very important. Very important. If you want to join as a member, please do so. We are still having the founders discount for 50% off for the rest of your life. The time I was crashed in LA. Okay, so we're going a little bumpy. We're getting a little too close to this. They slowed down because the person in front of them slowed down. They slowed down because the person in front of them slowed down. We were hauling booty. Okay, we're hauling pretty fast here, getting upset here. So when it comes to positioning for safety and locating hazardous situations, we are the hazardous situation here. Vehicles are just going to do what they do. Okay, he's slowing down because the car in front of him is slowing down. It's not this person's fault. He doesn't want to hit the person in front of him just because you want to go fast. You kind of got blocked off because you had all this traffic and everything, but this is kind of your fault, buddy. That's your fault. Good job with the braking, though. Good job with progressive braking. That was very good. But now you're doing excessive acceleration. All right, here we go. Somebody coming out. Intersections are hazardous situations. Same thing with corners. Now it's a corner with an intersection. So good job with the braking, seeing that ahead of time. So one thing that we look for when we're riding is patterns. Okay, open lane pattern. We're in a blind spot. Side of the vehicle pattern. So if you see a side of the vehicle, not the front of a vehicle or the back of a vehicle, but the side of it, that's an intersection. Okay, that's an intersection. Intersections are dangerous. Boom, connect the dots here. Intersection is dangerous. So if this person creeps out more, guess what? That's a relevant threat. Now we have to navigate the active one because it's in our path of travel. So we have to emergency brake or emergency swerve or emergency accelerate. So here we're doing pretty good speed. We can go ahead and apply progressive braking. It's going to handle the situation. Or we could swerve left if they decided to stop. I'm going to apply the brakes here because I'm already going pretty slow. Now that they stop, I'm going to go ahead and move to the left because there's no one there, and they stop. Just like they did. Handled it. Close calls are better than crashes. It's just being aware of it, perceiving it. Okay, open lane pattern right here. This gray vehicle is stuck behind the red vehicle. There's an open lane right here. They don't really do head checks. Guys, they don't do head checks. They don't check their mirrors. They don't check their blind spots. They're just going to go into that lane. So we know this as motorcycle riders. Let's not be side by side with them, right? Let's not be side by side. Let's stay staggered. But this is a pattern that I'm talking about. Open lane pattern. Let's see what happens. No, but that's still an open lane pattern. We decided to almost hit them. They were supposed to exit. There it is. We're going to find an open lane pattern. We're going to find an open lane pattern. We're going to find one. It happens all the time. So good job with the brakes. That person was supposed to exit off. He's probably going to check his pants right now. All right, here we go. Rain, a hazard with rain. You're going to get cold. Nobody thinks about that. They think just visibility. Visibility is one of them. But you're going to get cold, and your reaction time is going to be worse. One thing that does happen, though, is that your traction is going to be a little bit less. Now, why did all of a sudden, because you do trust your tires, why did he all of a sudden start doing this?
He managed to leave unscathed.
Middle of the lane. Middle of the lane with the water. Water is going to pull oil out of the asphalt. It's a surfactant. And he's also applying the brakes pretty hard, too. It's going to lift oil out of the ground, and then it's going to start to slide off if the road is designed well. So the first 30 minutes, the first hour of rain, be very careful of the middle of the lane. He's applying the brakes too. A little bit of oil. It looks like he was losing traction pretty quick. So I'm assuming oil on this one. That sucks. That's why we wear gear as smart riders. Acquire and use personal protective equipment. Just in case. Yeah, he lost traction. You can't see much. But try to stay away from the middle of a line or middle of a lane when it's raining, just because of that. All right, we're having fun. First crash, he's blurring out his speedo, unless it's just terrible camera. Looks like he's blurring it out. Yeah, he's blurring it out. All right, we're going fast with our buddies. Lost a little bit of traction. Started applying the brakes. Started jostling a little bit because we're trying to slow down before the turn. How about we just ride our own ride and enjoy the views and not worry too much about everyone out there? And if somebody is going a little too fast and you're starting to lose track of everyone, get yourself a Cardo Packdock Edge. There's a link in the description for 10% off. You guys can just talk to each other and be like, hey, Jeffrey, you're going fast, and I know I'm slow. I'll just meet you at the exit. I'll meet you, but I'm not keeping up with you.
Sí.
I think I got bit in the ear.
Me ha dado por bajar una marcha, tío.
Something.
Qué gilipollas.
It itches.
Increíble.
And get the route on your phone. And then put your phone on your handlebars and just follow the route and just enjoy yourself. I use rock form mounts. I'll just attach it there. There's another link in the description for that. I think it's 20% off. But honestly, like group rides to me, it's like the fact that I'm just in a group ride just means I'm in a group. I'm still riding my ride. It's just now I have a community of people around me, and we'll just meet up where we meet up. That's why having the route, it's like, hey, we're going to stop at this coffee shop. Hey, we're going to stop and get pizza here. Let's just meet each other there. Everyone rides their own rides. That's kind of how I like to do things.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Uh-oh. Debris? Okay. Not a big deal. Unfortunately, I was a witness to this, but I'm glad no one was seriously injured. Uh-oh. Okay. So somebody's lightly injured? Oh, jeez. Ooh, that curb provides some leverage and break something. So let's help him out. Remain calm, ensure your own safety.
You okay?
Stop any major bleeds. Got a cigar in his mouth, dude. What a badass, man. Wear gear though. He's not wearing any gear. Not wearing any gear. I like the cigar though. That's pretty cool. You know, I like a cigar every now and then. She needs a little bit of time. Not a big deal. Put the side stand down. There you go. Do it. There you go. Good for you. Side stand down.
Yeah. New rider?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so new rider. Let's see. Let's finish off this video.
That's for you.
Oh, that's
Run a
nice.
YouTube channel.
Oh, Glenny Rides runs the YouTube channel.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Just trying to get it home.
Can you touch?
Define touch.
Like touch the ground good? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big thing. That's why I like the Honda Rebel 500 because it has a low seat height. It's easy for me with my leprechaun stature that I'm able to touch the ground. So we're coming up to here. This is one of those problems when it comes to as a new rider, right? So if it's hard to flat foot both feet, just whenever you're coming to a stop, always kind of like lean a little bit to one side that you're really comfortable with. I like to lean a little bit to the left, so then when I come to a stop, the bike will start to lean to the left, and I just put my left foot down. And now it's like I'm balancing with my left foot. And that's why you have to have a little bit of strength in your legs too, especially on these bigger bikes. So, let's see if, keep an eye on the brake lights on the motorcycle up ahead. Keep an eye on the brake lights on that. I know it's gonna be a little bit hard when it comes to the camera moving, but you're gonna see the brake lights do this. So what's happening there? Probably downshifting hard, letting the clutch out, downshifting, letting the clutch out, maybe applying the brakes like this. So she says she's a new rider, so it's not smooth inputs, smooth controls. So probably when she got to the very stop, and it was just jostling, it knocked her off balance to the right when she's probably used to going to the left, like I just mentioned. So she's probably like in fourth gear at this point and is trying to downshift, and it stalled on her and it locked up. And then it started to buckle to the right because her handlebars will probably turn to the right. And then she puts her foot down to try to stop it. But guys, at this point, the bike is too heavy. Like you have to put it, even for me, like my legs are strong. It's still hard to keep the bike. You're using a lot of strength to keep the bike up at this point, and your lower back, and you're twisting, and it's just, you're going down for the most part. You're going down. So she tried, and there's the impact. So right here, this is why, as a new rider, I still say, please have your helmet, because even slow speed stuff, when you're doing the games or you're doing the drills on the new website, is that if you come to a stop and you just fall down, right here, that level of impact to your skull hitting the ground, boom, right there. You're not even going 10 miles an hour. You're going from standing to falling. You can have a concussion and a brain bleed and a cracked skull. That's very important to have your helmet. I've mentioned this before. Some of my firefighter stories is that I had a patient. He's in like an Alzheimer's ward or nursing home, basically. And he's like in his mid-20s. And the reason why he's in there, because he has a massive TBI. And it wasn't from war. It wasn't from anything like that. It wasn't from like none of that stuff. None of car accident. No, he was in his garage working on his car. And he's walking backwards. This is the story I got from the nurses. Walking backwards, tripped over his toolbox on the ground. Bam, slammed the back of his head on the concrete in the garage. And now he's in the nursing home. So like that's kind of like, that's the same thing. That's why you need to wear a helmet, even if you're doing slow speed stuff. So this guy, it's concerning. It's concerning. Please wear gear. All right, here we go. Lane splitting. Okay, now we're going to get into this lane. There it is. Okay. Watch out for anybody switching lanes. There's one guy switching lanes. There it is. There's one guy. That's one of the hazards you get when you're lane splitting. Why didn't you see him? We have full high-vis gear. No, I'm always looking for these open lanes, and I'm always looking for people wanting to switch lanes. So this big gap right here, watching out. I'm in a big gap right here. I'm watching out for this person. I just choose not to lane split, and if I do, I'm not going fast. Because I need to have an escape. Need to have an escape. So, like, he's walking, that's good. Everything seems to be fine. It makes it sound like a moped. All right, so somebody's coming out. Find that escape path. Good job with the progressive braking. That's one way of doing it. This is a line of sight problem. Somebody shouldn't, they were sneaking out to see. Dumb drivers doing that on a corner. You should only sneak out to see on straightaways. I like to increase my space cushion behind a vehicle
right? And then sneak out a little bit. Let's do sneak out this way, and then look. Because when you're super close to a vehicle, it's hard to see around the corner. So I'm super close. My fingers are is the vehicle, and the camera that's looking at my fingers is you. And then when you start to increase your space cushion, you can see around the vehicle a little bit better. Now you can see my head a little bit. And then now you can sneak out and look. You know what I mean? Don't do it on a curve like this if you're driving or riding a motorcycle. Do it on a straightaway. This person's an idiot. People do this all the time. Snuck out to look, probably pass. Good job on this rider for applying the brakes. You do have an escape path to the right. This is why it's very good to position for yourself for a new position for safety. Handled it. Fingers are one thing. I love doing the thumbs down. I love doing the thumbs down to people. It makes them so sad. They're like, oh, disappointed in me. All right, we're lane splitting. Looks like California. Be very careful. Big open gaps. There's the open gap. Switching out. Good swerve. Hey, good swerve. That was really good. Let's point out some good stuff here. Now, lane splitting in California is legal, and he's not doing a bad job. If you're going to be going high speed, you need to be really good with your swerves. So this person moved into a gap. Not a big deal. We're kind of moving in and out. As soon as he sees this, he was going for it. He applied the brakes. This is what I tell you guys. Apply some brakes to give yourself some time. You're now adding some traction to that front tire. You're not going to be able to stop in time. Now find your escape path. Good swerve. Now we're in this new lane, but if we're going faster than the flow of traffic, we're going to probably hit the vehicle in front of us, so we still have to now apply some brakes.
Hell, man.
Now we got to maintain. Take that as an omen. Now watch, this Chrysler 300 could possibly come out. The vehicle in front of us, which is a Prius, typical, right? Might want to come out. So take this as an omen. Take this as a reminder. Close calls. You can't be having a ton of close calls. If you're having a ton of close calls, those are your warning signs that a crash is coming. Sometimes you only get one warning sign. Sometimes you don't even get a warning sign. All right, let's see what happens here. We're blurry. All right, nighttime riding. Good visibility here. Open lane pattern. Are we going to have one? Are we going to finally have an open lane pattern? There it is. Yes. I talked about it when the red bar was over here. Okay, open lane pattern. Okay, our lane is open. This is one of the patterns that we're talking about here. Our lane is open. We switched to this lane because we like it because it's open, right? We did it. We did it. So car drivers don't want to be stuck behind other vehicles. So remember, we have the skill set. Now we have to learn road strategy, driver behavior. If we come up to here, bunch of brake lights ahead. This vehicle is stuck behind this vehicle. We have this beautiful lane right here. Beautiful lane. They're going to want to come out. This is why we stay staggered. We don't get side by side with other drivers. And if we are going to slowly get side by side, like we're coming up to here, it's like, hey, I'm about to get side by side. I'm going to increase my space cushion and stay on this side of the lane. Okay? Think of it as like two positive magnets trying to touch each other. They're constantly moving. Two negative magnets too, They're constantly, if you do negative and positive, they attach, but, you're constantly like an invisible force keeping us away from everybody. And that middle ground, that invisible force in there is the space cushion that you're in control over. It's right here. They see this. This guy's stopping. He doesn't like it. Sees an open lane. Boom. Come out. Didn't check. There it is. So now, what do? Well, they're accelerating to get around, right? Hopefully they're accelerating. They should be. They're accelerating to get around and pass, right? So if we accelerate with them, we're going to be side by side. You can accelerate to get out. That's an escape. You can swerve right. But remember, cars take up the whole lane, so you're going to be pushed against the guardrail. So swerve right. This is what I would do. I would swerve right and apply the front brakes and let them have it. I'd let them have it. Let them have it. If they're, and if you try to accelerate, we have red lights, okay? We have a red light. If we try to accelerate, now we're going to run into this person or give ourselves not a lot of braking distance. So we're already trying to slow down anyways because of the red lights. So how about I just start slowing down now? When in doubt, apply progressive braking pressure and let them have it. That's really kind of what it is.
Whoa. Man.
Yeah, you didn't fail. You succeeded in not dying. So good job. You succeeded in not dying. I'll take that as a win. Whoa, we're going fast here. I think we sped it up. I think we sped up our thing. Okay, that person snuck out. You moved over. Not a big deal. You have a sharp turn coming up though, and it says slow. You should probably slow it down. Okay, they come out. New position for safety. Instead of the horn, he just used the horn, right? At this point, you're not going to be able to stop in time. You're not going to be able to stop in time. Okay? So you need to get yourself out of there. Okay, trying to stop in time in a straight line, you're going to run into him. So if you're already going that speed, either roll off the throttle or maintain throttle. Move over just a little bit. Use this line as a guide. Okay, color in between the lines, right? Come on, we're not in kindergarten anymore. I know some of you guys like to eat the crayons and lick your fingers after painting. But we need to get through that. So good job. Good job. The person shouldn't have come out. We're going a little bit fast, but we're coming off the interstate. It's not a big deal, or the highway. All right. Green light. Watch out for anybody turning. Turn. Slow it down. Let them have it. Let them have it. Guys, let them have it. I say that not to be like passive and be like, oh, people could just take my spot. No. Think of it as practice. Think of it as practice. Right here, I get to practice progressive braking. They're going to have it. My hazard awareness has been practiced. He's moving over to the new position for safety. That's practice. He located, assessed, and he's navigating. Practice. I'm going to let them have it. So now I have to slow down. I'm practicing shifting. I'm practicing downshifting. I'm practicing throttle control and friction zone. And then when he starts speeding up, I'm going to go ahead and speed up. And now I'm practicing upshifting. I'm practicing all this stuff. And so then now, after this whole scenario, this situation is over and I'm off riding normal, I just got so much practice done. And it's not a big deal. Because at the end of the day, I've mentioned this at the beginning of the live stream, it wasn't recording, is that life will throw you curveballs, life will cause you stress, life will test you, because you're out in the world. If he was just sitting at home doing nothing, the only stressors that he's going to have is that he's probably getting fatter because he's eating a bunch of food and not doing anything. That's probably the only stressor he's going to have. But the fact that we're out in the on the road on a motorcycle, the stressors that are going to be put in front of you is going to be a test on your skills. So treat it like a test on your skills. You're going to get better if you treat it as practice and you treat it as training. And then you should be happy that now you're a better rider, because people are testing you. And this is one of those things that people don't want enemies in life. Guess what? Enemies are great motivators to be better. So it's okay to have an enemy. It's okay. Think of these as little enemies in the world that you can succeed against. Get better. All right, sharp right turn with chevrons. We're going to slow it down a little bit. The road looks a little bit wet, but we have idiots in the road. Good job not panicking. Good job not panicking. That was really good. Typically, people here would be like, oh, I had to lay her down, slam the front brake or the rear brake. Boom, lay her down. He just rolled off the throttle, probably applied a little bit of brake pressure. Can't see it because the camera's probably on the front fender, not on his chin. Probably applied a little bit of brake pressure, maintained his line, didn't target fixate on the car turning, target fixated on the solution. So what I'm meaning by that, probably didn't target fixate here, staring at the driver. Target fixated on this gap because that's where the turn is going. So this guy has some experience. Definitely a poo-poo moment. A little bit of brown, right? A little bit of brown. So found that gap. Good job. And then accelerate out of there. The road looks a little wet too. So did it in a lot of factors could have contributed to this crash. Yeah, and the engine RPM did go down, Elad. Yeah, so good job on him. All right, wear some gear, please. Much easier with tactile grip. Ooh, stay away from horses. Slow it down. Slow it down, just kind of relax. They might juke left and be unpredictable. Honestly, just kind of enjoy the view. It's kind of cool to see. Watch out for traffic. We're in the wrong lane, but watch out for traffic. We're going to accelerate by. Look at that. That's sweet. Isn't that cool? Not fun for the owner. Not fun for the owner. But
pretty cool to see. And the funny thing is that Harley has the same amount of horsepower as that one horse. So here we go. We're going to turn left. Sharp left turns. Looks like the road's going to merge together. Okay, we're having fun riding around. I'm always worried about having lanyards. Like that could be a mess. Oh no, jeez. So somebody crashed. Okay. So my best guess, a little bit of road construction, right? A little bit of road reconstruction, crash reconstruction. Probably coming around this corner into this lane. Motorcycle hit the front. I mean, back there. That's what, because they're pulled off to the side. Hits the front, and that's where the person is. So going too fast in a corner, went wide, and hit an oncoming vehicle. So let's go back just a little bit. So this is let's go back a little bit more. Right here. You usually tell by where the debris starts. Sometimes the debris gets launched, right? So more than likely the hit was right here. Probably right around here. It's not because of all the discoloration, but you can start to see where all, probably more like right here. So you can see where all the debris is. Okay, and then this person was able to stop. Look, this is where the fluid, so actually it's probably back here. A little bit more back here. The fluid starts here, so they probably pulled off and the fluid started leaking. Did this motorcycle just kind of got stuck there. Where's the rider? I want to see where the rider is. Is the rider sitting right there? We'll find the rider.
Você tá bem, Cupim?
So one thing you can do is you start directing and take leadership roles. She's doing a good job so far. So I want her over here around that corner doing this. Okay? It's to protect the scene and also other riders coming in and possibly hitting debris. So I want somebody around the corner doing this. And we're talking about rescue here. So we're going to remain calm, ensure our own safety, and we're going to hopefully ensure the safety of everyone else. So have somebody around the corner. Have someone immediately call 911 or the emergency services. Either you do it or you point at someone to do it. That's why there's a little pointy hand right there on the card. So I want you to do that. Okay. And then the rider itself, there's a tire right there, so that's a pretty high mechanism. Where's the rider? Yeah, have everyone slow it down. I want to see the rider. Okay. Well, here's the bike. Maybe the rider's walking. That's a good sign. Let's go look at the bike. That bike is destroyed, so think of the mechanism of injury. If the bike is destroyed like that, you're probably destroyed too, because you got bones, ligaments, you got your digestive system, your nervous system, you have all the different systems in your body, circulatory system shearing off, internal bleeding. If the rider is walking, that's a great sign. I think the person went too wide and smacked into that car. If he was upright when he hit the car, he's probably ejected. If he did had a layer down thing and it just ripped off the front end, he probably slid and maybe missed the vehicle. That's probably why he's walking. But I haven't seen who the patient is. I don't know who the patient is. I have a feeling it's him. Yeah, he's doing that. Okay, so he's the one. Dude, how is he alive?
Mesmo? Se machucou nada, não?
Não, sai fora. Você fala que eu não gosto de tudo.
So he's got some damage. So it looks like he might have a motorcycle jacket underneath, because it's ripped on his shoulder, but it's not showing skin. So there's probably armor there. Very lucky.
Pra baixo e ele
So
escapou.
if he's
passou
standing, he's conscious, aware. If he's talking normal,
reto. Oh, graças a
I
Deus
mean,
você
he's
tá
doing
bem,
well.
mano.
I mean, he's got some damage to the right side. So he probably did lay it down, coming around that corner, laid on its right side, and he starts sliding on his right side. And then the bike hit the car, and he might have missed the car.
Graças a Deus, velho. É.
I mean, it's missing things. All right, here we go. Oh, open lane pattern. We got to get it again. Open lane pattern. Very good. You saw it. People aren't, don't do it in intersections, though. Don't try to pass in intersections. It's just so unpredictable. Open lane pattern again. Anybody going to pop out because they don't want to stay in this line? They're like, screw it. I don't need to turn left at this intersection. I'll turn left at the next intersection. Let's see what happens. Good job, though. This is where I'd be positioning. If you're off to the left, you're super close. If you want to pop out, you have to swerve hard. Here, you can have a little bit more time and reaction, perception reaction, to make a decision to go right. So when I'm riding this lane, I'm keeping my peripheral vision. I'm snapping my focal back and forth. And I'm double checking if there's anyone in the right lane. So if I have to swerve, I can do it quickly. Let's see what happens. There's somebody popping out. Good job. Sees it ahead of time. It wasn't super close. Was able to do really good progressive braking. Gave it a little bit of horn. Not a big deal. He saw it ahead of time. Good. Key light. Those are fun. Oh. Found the escape. Good job. Practice your slow speed maneuvers, guys. Get the drills. Get the games. Get the cones. Practice. There's the drills on the website. 24 of them. All right, here we go. Coming through here. Somebody's going to come over to you. Yep. Okay, one lane. So either accelerate or let them have it. Prefer to let them have it.
Red light.
Not a big deal. Okay. So we're lane splitting. We have a sided pedestrian. Not a big deal. Don't get angry. We're on a motorcycle. Practice your slow speed. Try to get in a small little line. Practice slow speed.
You went for a red light.
Okay. Remember, this is an old video, so a lot of the road rage stuff was popular back then. Love the area. Watch out for deer. Watch out for deer. Sharp. We have a curve coming up. Okay, this person's applying the brakes. Don't know what they're doing. Start uncommon thing. Oh, trying to miss the turtle. Okay. Well, it is what it is. That's fine. That's fine. I'd swerve around a turtle, too. Don't wear a half helmet like that.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for putting that video together 2 years ago, Moto Stars. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe. Go on the new website. Remember, we have the Smart Rider training drills and the training manual coming up. But if you want to join as a member, right now it's $120, but there's a Founders Edition. Links in the description for 50% off for the rest. It's the rest of your life. But we got a ton of drills. Grab yourself a slice of pizza, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. There it is. That was a long video. We've been here for 3 hours because we did talk a long time. Let's get out of this. Let's get out of that. We've been talking for a long time. Woo-wee. All right. Oh, we got some people coming in and being members. Very nice. Very nice. Members and then getting the drills. So I got some editing to do. It's 1:30. I have to make sure I get it all done and ready to go. And I'm going to go to the post office to drop off some of this stuff. And then, I'm going to go hang out with the girlfriend tonight. And then, yeah, pretty simple. Pretty simple weekend. I need to relax a little bit. I'm going to go film the Smart Rider training manual this week. Parts of it. It's a lot. And, what was it? I'll be out of town next week. So we'll probably do a live stream Thursday. We're going to do a live stream Thursday. So I think I'm leaving Friday out of town. So we're going to do a live stream Thursday. Remember the Smart Rider games? The second week, I've extended the time to submit till the end of today. But week 3 started. Week 3 started. Okay, guys. Lefty loosey. Week 3. We got 8 weeks of it. But you'll be busy. It's Missy. Oh, jeez. Grab yourself a slice of pizza now. Grab one now. Grab a whole plate. If for some reason nobody's eating them, just go ahead and bring back the piece of wood though. I like the wood. That stuff gets expensive. This stuff gets expensive. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. I'm gonna go ahead, take the elevator out of here. All right. I'll see you guys next week.